All right, and we are live, and let's start the show.
Viewer discretion advised.
Bad vibrations?
Not suitable for work.
Son of a bitch.
Warning, if you are highly sensitive, overly emotional, or easily triggered, do us all a favor and quietly tune out. No need ruining the good time of others simply because you are a beta or a bitch. Age of Men podcast with your co-host in crime, Nick and Julius. Initiate launch sequence.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Age of Men podcast. I am your co-host today with Julius, with my brother from another mother, whichever side I got a point on. C3 Nick, how's it going, buddy?
Man, all is well. Love being out here repping it up with you on the Age of Men.
Exactly. We also have a special guest, recurring guest at this point now. We got our good friend Megan. How's it going?
Like a little sister from another mister.
I like that.
And Megan's got us. We might not force her to do this, but she might do something incredible for y'all tonight. Stay tuned to find out.
Oh my gosh.
We are going to do a challenge. That's going to be interesting.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, welcome back. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I know I've been having a little mic distortions problem so I'm still sweating because I just got in the shower not too long ago. So
Loud and clear, Julius. No distortion. I'll try to keep a tab on it.
Yeah, because I know that when I have my mic close to me, I'll show you an example. When I have it right here, you can kind of hear the distortion sometimes, like a little muffled.
Yeah, no, you sound good, buddy.
Yeah, I have to push it down.
What's up, everybody out there? Mark's in the house. Melanie.
Yeah. So again, welcome back to another episode of the Age of Men podcast. Great topics we have for you guys tonight. The like button. Do hit subscribe if you're watching this on replay. If you're not subscribed already, if it shows up in your recommendation. So, and also to comment below what you guys think about tonight's topic. Don't forget to follow us on all other social media platforms. Links are down below. If you want to support the channel so we can further give you guys the best quality content ever on this planet Earth, do make sure you guys hit that Cash App. You guys can definitely support the serve. If you have any content and you want to be a guest on the show, you can always email us or you can DM us on Instagram. All the links are down below. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, thank you guys in the chat. Mark, Melanie, Varel, we appreciate you guys all for being here. Do share this out. It definitely does help out. And hit that like. The like does help out the algorithm. So without further ado, let's get to tonight's topic. So as you guys might have saw in the thumbnail, the main topic of tonight is about women objectivity. So do women objectify themselves? We can talk about that. Why men are not approaching women. I have stats to talk about with that. Should men date pregnant women? Not pregnant people, pregnant women. So we're going to talk about that. And then are high maintenance men too much for women? We're going to talk about that. And I also have a tweet that was actually shared by this woman. I forget her name. It's like Samira. And she had this tweet, and then I retweeted it and put my 2 cents on it. And she commented below and said facts. So that was pretty interesting. She got a big platform. She got like over 200,000 followers. So I was like, that's pretty cool. So she agreed with me. So that says a lot.
You always get noticed, bro.
I'm gonna pat myself in the back here. So
not quite as big as that fat singer that you got all worked up last year, but
Big O. I mean Lizzo. No, I'm sure.
Yeah. Lisbo.
Yeah, actually, it was funny too. Just on a side note, as much as I called her out, I also had her back at the same time. When I had her back, her fans just disappeared. I was like, "You guys were the hypocrites." But anyway, that's a whole other story within itself. Maybe we'll talk about some other time. But
Before we
yeah,
get into the first topic, Julius, may I ask? I think this is a cool way to start the show with Megan. Megan, how are your young person in college dating prospects going this week?
I am not always on a mission to find love, okay? Like,
I know you're not. I know you're not. But like, does it seem hopeful or not? Or
seems pretty hopeful, but I'm not, letting my guard down at this point.
not letting your guard down? So you feel you have to be on guard. There's a lot of predators out there, manipulators and stuff. I can
Yes.
only imagine. A lot of betas.
Betas.
Is Julius there?
But I'm at a point where it's like I
Yeah.
wanted to eventually like get to that point, but I'm totally content with being single for now.
No, it's a shame that you have to be so on guard, but that's what we got to be in this
But I'm
world
content
nowadays.
being single for now.
You said what?
But I'm content being single for now.
do you ever have guys approach you?
Oh, totally.
Daily, probably weekly. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you ever see guys on your campus get approached by multiple women?
Not in the way you think.
Okay,
Right.
good answer. Good answer. So, is it fair to say that you just agreed that you do get some guys trying to talk to you, but yet you don't see it the other way around?
I guess it's like the way that they do it. Some girls try to be a little more discreet about it and stuff because sometimes they don't know if like the guy already has like a girlfriend and stuff. So like they try like get to know them like in a like not a how do I say like obviously like, discreet way, but like not coming off like so strong. Like generally like pursue a friendship first until like they find out whether or not like he has a girlfriend or not.
Yeah, they're not so
It's-
eager and desperate and
So like they don't. So it's like they like most of the time like they want to actually get to know the guy first rather than just doing what I would do, hit him with that Riz. No, I don't do that. I really don't do that in person.
No, she doesn't. She's a goofball.
Oh. Wait till the end of the
Megan,
show.
see?
Wait till the end of the show.
You were very confident at the end of the show last week when you weren't going to have to do it.
Oh my
No,
god.
I get why you might not want to, so I'm not going to twist your arm into it. But if you do, just I'm putting it out there now. Like my dad said, I don't bet unless it's a sure thing, and I would put money on the fact that this guy's going to eagerly accept anything you give him.
So before we get to the first topic, just real quick, Nick, do you have anything new that you want to like share? Anything, any content wise, things like that?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I've been asked on TikTok. I've been stirring it up lately, and usually my main account will be banned every time it gets unbanned for a week. So my backup account on there is at C3 Censored, CENSORED, and I've been stirring it up with a couple questions lately. Like, well, I'll just make the statement on here because I don't want to ask you guys because you already know my answer. Women killed chivalry, I would argue, is the point I've been making lately. Now, men are obviously complicit in the death of chivalry, but women killed it when they started banging all the jerks and assholes, and all the nice guys got friend zoned or overlooked or whatever, to the point that all the nice guys, including people like myself and whatnot, when you have the inclination to be chivalrous or protect or anything like that, when it's not only not appreciated but actually not even desirable, it seems like to the girls, you start to think, man, that jerk, that asshole, that dickhead is having more success and he treats her terribly. What do I got to lose? I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not having any luck. Maybe I should start being that dickhead asshole. And that's not good, ladies, obviously. If you want chivalry in this world still, if you don't want men to be dickheads to you, I'm saying this because you're giving off that that's the thing to do.
Yeah,
Not good.
culture play a big part in that too. It's not the reason, but it play a big part. They put the whole bad boy situation, like the nice guy bad boy. You had lots of movies out there and TV shows that kind of had the bad boy, the jerk that girls like, and then the nice guy gets overlooked, and then all of a sudden he gets successful. And now she's supposed to come back to him, but by this time she's done gained weight, she done got kids, and divorce, cats are involved. He kind of like he may or may not take her back depending on how strong his ego is, or he may just be a rich simp and be like, I'll save you and all that, whatever.
There's a
So
simp born every second.
That literally reminds me of, I'm trying to remember what it was, like how some people like are only how like some people like get upset how like these kind of people are only like hitting on them like once they've reached like a certain level of success.
Betas. Only betas would get upset about that. That's the game. That's the rules. It is what it is.
But then there's also people who would get upset about being hit on by somebody who, at the time, like they used to like them and stuff, and they were like this great person, how is it going for them, but how they only showed them attention, only reciprocated feelings when they were in a lower place. Which I've been in that situation before, and honestly, that is a kind of, situation where like me being hit on just made me super like angry at that person. Like, so you're only hitting on me after you've like hit
falling from grace when they're down and out. You're saying is when they come around.
Yeah.
But then when they're well off or doing well, you're left in the dust. Is that what you're saying?
How there's like two kinds of people. How like there's the people like who are upset like when they hit like an all-time high and they're successful and stuff, or have all these things that they were looking for, but like they weren't interested back then, but now they're all of a sudden like interested. But then there's also the people all because
I get it for sure.
Success and stuff. And then there's also people who who they get pursued by people who they might have liked like in the past for certain reasons, but then it's like they hit an all-time low and like only now are they hitting on you because they've hit an all-time low. I'm like,
see, that's terrible. But to the opposite end of that, as a young lady, if you find a man that seems like he's got a lot of potential, which is the buzzword, and you hitch your wagon and start supporting him when he's not made himself yet, when he does find himself hitting his stride and starting to make himself, watch how much he takes care of you. You're going to endear yourself to that man like you wouldn't believe.
I'm not talking about like people who start like that and then like build up to that. I'm talking about like people like who are like, I'm talking about like it was like the other way around. Like he was like
fall from grace. Yeah, no, I hear you. That's a shitty situation. I'm saying like conversely opposite of that is if a woman is with a man when he's nothing to help him to when he becomes something, watch how much he appreciates that once he's something to take care of her.
Yeah, that's the one time, or like that's like one end of it, and then there's also the end where it's like them only hitting you like when they're nothing, like when they used to be like everything, and then they're all of a sudden like they're nothing and stuff, like they're a bum, like
a hard fall from grace. Now they need you, but you couldn't be bothered to show you the time of day. I get what you're saying for sure.
That honestly makes me so mad. And that honestly is like such like a blow to like just like my self-esteem and stuff. Is like, am I only am I not worth? You don't think I'm worthy of like
right? But the burden is on you guys to not accept that because you're basically being a willing doormat. If you do ever accept it, as hard as it is
I like
to
to
not.
first question and interrogate them. I'm like, so like, why are you hitting on me? And it's like, and then I'm up front saying like you coming to me like at this timing when you're this and this. I even told him like you're a bum, you're a loser.
Just don't answer it. Be like, eat a dick. Call me when you're doing well. I'm not gonna pick you up when you're having pity parties and doing.
I like to end my thing with
be a ghost when you're not.
I like to end those conversations with my point exactly, where I basically was like, so. By you being so insistent on like pursuing me, wanting to like finally seek me out once you've like fallen from grace, don't you think I deserve better?
He clearly doesn't. That's why you should just not even be there.
Yeah, that's why
give him the old ghosteroo when he comes around. You girls are good at that nowadays. It seems. Not you, I don't know, but a lot of girls. The old ghost game.
I mean, at first, like to like.
Julius, you're muted, buddy. Are you talking?
Sorry.
What is this?
Sorry.
What is this? The first show?
No. So yeah, just a little side note.
How long were you talking for, bud? Because I just noticed.
No. I just started talking. No, I just started talking. No, because I kept hearing a noise, like a weird noise going. Doo. So I muted my mic to see if it was me, but it wasn't me. So it's coming from one of you guys. It's like it's going. Doo.
I guess part of
is it still going?
No, it's not going now.
Okay, if it happens again, let us know because you can't even listen back to that.
Yeah, whatever you were doing that had the light on your face, that's when I heard the noise.
Really?
Yeah, well, I don't know what you.
I was loading my Instagram page up.
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but
what the?
No, so weird. All right, anyways,
the internet AI is coming out to get Age of Men.
So part of like going back to like what you were saying is like part of me also kind of wants to like give him like that, like what did we learn today? I'm like basically I hope you learn from this like like you knew how I felt about you back then, and then you had this hard fall from grace, and now you're trying to like come back to me. I'm like,
It's
don't
the
do
Mike
that.
Jones
Don't
effect.
do that to somebody. And basically,
Yeah.
giving him character growth. I like to give them character growth.
Right, but it's the Mike Jones effect. You guys know what that is?
Never heard of that dude.
Okay, Mike Jones was. I'm sure Nick's heard of Mike Jones, right? The rapper
You
Mike
ever heard of
Jones.
Mike Jones? We're old, Julius. I guess.
Who? Mike Jones.
I know. I don't. I
Who?
just don't listen
Mike
to that much
Jones.
rap.
Even
Yeah,
my
well,
out of touch. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, well, no offense, nigga, but you're 22. Mike Jones was back out when
Yeah,
I was.
we're old as fuck.
I'm a
Julius.
child. I know.
Yeah, so Mike Jones. So basically, the Mike Jones effect is basically. Matter of fact, I don't think people really use that term, but the Mike Jones effect is back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. So it's like back then.
Oh, I've heard that line.
Yeah, so back then when somebody didn't want you, even though you might have been sweet, and this is both male and female. If you were like the sweet person, wherever the case, nice, and people didn't see you that way, but then all of a sudden you grew in status, or you grew in beauty, like for men it's status, for women it's beauty, because you grew in that. Now the person that didn't want you, now they see where you're at, and then now they're coming to try to talk to you and say, "Oh, hey, remember we used to hang out?" And so
like
if you fall for that bait, what happens is people argue, it won't work out for you. It may be work out, but it might not, because this person is only coming to you when you're here versus talking to you like, when you were at your,
Look,
not lowest.
yeah. What did they need from you when you were down and out? A friend? And no, they couldn't be bothered to come around. What could they possibly need from me now that I'm doing really well? Well, a list of things. How convenient that they're around now. You can't allow people to treat you like that, or else it's on you. The burden's on you.
And then the other way around, it was like, you didn't need me back then. Like, you were at like your prime and stuff, but now that you're down low, like you pretty much hit rock bottom. It's like, what do you need me for?
Yeah, and nobody's around you because you're a loser that's worn out your welcome with everybody else, and now you're calling me up last ditch effort. Desperate. Yeah. Get out of here. No. Because think of how pathetic you look if you indulge that. If they're doing that, if you're the person that they're hitting up when they're down and out, if you indulge that, you look like a pathetic fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the only reason I responded to that from like what I was like saying, like our conversation, like giving character growth. Because like I wanted to like learn, from this. Like
I hear what you're saying there, but is he somebody that seems capable of receiving it and growing?
I'm not sure if he'll take what I feel like he'll take what I said like to heart and stuff.
Because some people are worth giving it to, and others are manipulators who are going to use that to bad ends.
I mean, I wasn't really. I pretty much like let him know like the answer is no, first of all, and then I told him like, basically by you doing this, you're implying that I don't deserve better than this, which is extremely disrespectful and stuff. So like he can take what I said to heart, but if he doesn't, that's his loss. I'm not really losing anything from it.
Live in your lonely misery, bitch.
Hey, I'm single, doing this, in my university, and you're working in a kitchen.
You're down and out. Well, how about keep going? Go to hell.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to hell. I took research methods.
No, you, on him. I'm talking about this is what you should say to him.
Yeah.
I would never really tell anybody to go to hell.
Megan, do you really feel that I'm thinking in my head like go to hell? Did you think that was addressed to you?
Or like I was more thinking like he would
I just
say
said
that
to my little sister.
People would talk to their siblings. No, I thought
think,
like you were.
Is that what you think Nick's inner monologue is?
I thought you were saying like he would say that to me, like how sometimes
okay.
react
I thought you were thinking like Nick's thinking all the time, like damning me to hell over there and shit.
No, if he were to, like he actually told me like go to hell and all that stuff, like he would react like the typical beta male when he's getting like rejected and stuff. And I took research methods. That's the same thing.
Speaking of going to hell, we should talk about. Speaking of going to hell, do women objectify themselves?
Yeah, Julius.
No. I want to jump to that topic to kind of get going with that. But okay, so the objectivity of women. So the question is posed: do women objectify themselves? And let me present an argument, but let me just present my statement. I asked this question. Huh?
You have a video to go with it?
Yes, I do, but let me just present my statement real quick. The reason why I bring this up about the women objectify themselves because oftentimes, like for example, if you look at the recent Me Too movement, and you move further on with the matter of fact, even before that, the sexual liberation and the Me Too movement, all this stuff. The problem with objectivity is, if you matter of fact, if you look at recent games, recent video games with female characters, recent movies, all these TV shows and movies and video games, they're depicting women as less attractive. There was actually a Dove commercial several months back where there was this warrior type woman who looked like in shape, but then she, after the game pauses, she goes behind the scenes and then she takes off all her stuff and she's like, she's big, essentially. She's fat. And so she looks in the mirror and she's thinking to herself, like, I shouldn't have to squeeze into this outfit in order to be myself. She just was fat. And then she went back out.
Body
Yeah,
positivity.
exactly. And even with that, even with the height of body positivity, there's no longer, and again, I'm not saying that women should be objects. What I'm saying is that we're taking away attractiveness from women. I think there's a difference between being attractive and being an object, right? So being attractive is like, you take care of yourself, you groom yourself nicely, you're very hygienic and things like that for both male and female. But for women, there's nothing wrong with being, modestly attractive. But when you objectify yourself by wearing low shorts, cleavage hanging out, excessive makeup, big nails and things like that, then you're objectifying yourself, and you can't get mad when men are looking at you. Look at the recent gym girls who are now going to the gym and wearing certain outfits only to record men and say this guy is being a creep, but yet you're wearing tight short shorts on purpose because you know what you're doing.
And I have my camera out because I'm baiting him into exactly the reaction he's giving me, and then I'm going to act outrageous about it. No,
Exactly.
woman. No, it's like Dave Chappelle had a great skit on it. He's like, that'd be like me, Dave Chappelle. He was like, just because you're dressed like this doesn't mean you are this. And he's like, that's true enough, ladies. That's true. But that's damn confusing. That'd be like me, Dave Chappelle, the comedian, walking down the street in a police officer uniform, and somebody comes running off to me, help me, officer, help, help. Whoa. Just because I'm dressed this way doesn't mean I am. That's the same thing when you're dressing like a hoe. Yeah, you might not be a hoe, but you certainly are wearing a hoe's uniform.
Exactly. So you can't fault men.
Do you have a cop car, though?
Well, you said what?
Do you have a cop car, though?
Well, I would to sell that. Yeah, to sell that. Yeah, in that particular situation, sure.
But still, nonetheless, though, it brings a good point, because if I'm wearing a certain outfit, that's what you think I am, and I'm not that. But again, it's the same thing, is that if a woman is wearing an outfit that's going to draw attention, and women oftentimes use this term of like, I'm just doing it for me, when it's going to bring attraction. Matter of fact, this is the same type of women. And matter of fact, I got a video on that too, but these are the same women that when you ask them, like my friend Duran, shout out to Duran, by the way. He has a great question he's been asking a lot of women. He goes to this rave that happens in LA, and he'll say, if your man, saw you coming out to this rave dressed like this and asked you to cover up, would you do it? Someone say, nah, I wouldn't do it, right? He's that's controlling and things like that, controlling. But then he'll say, what is the difference, or why is the father a good father for asking his daughter to dress modestly, or the boyfriend is controlling for asking his girlfriend to do the same thing? And they always go, whoa, that's a good question.
It's a great question. I remember hearing that. It was a great question.
Answer.
Go ahead.
The difference is my father, he's raised me since I was born, because he's a good father for fathers.
We know the difference between your biological father and the date, but you get the question here, Megan?
But I'm saying, like, the difference is, like, you don't really question the intentions of, like, the father, because, like, the father's job is to, like, protect his daughter and all that stuff. Like, like, where he's coming from.
Wait, hold on. Wait, stop. You just said a father's job is to protect his daughter, but is it not a man's job to protect his woman?
Well, so Megan, I hear what you're saying. Real quick, let me interject. That's exactly what you're supposed to determine before you start dating somebody seriously that you're considering for marriage. Is this person 100% trustworthy, that I can trust his lead? Because if so, it would seem to me that you would be happy that he's protecting you just like your dad would. Your dad would be happy with that if you asked me.
The difference is I 1,000% trust my father, and I trust, like, where he's coming from.
So you and your dad and your family need to discern, is this man worth taking seriously? And if so, I need to extend my full trust to him unless and until he proves unworthy of it. Let him lead, girl. Let him protect. Let him provide. But you gotta let him lead. How's he gonna lead if you're not trusting him like that? If there's an inherent mistrust. See, I would do everything I could to try to figure out why there's that mistrust and address it if I cared about you like that.
I guess with girls, I mean,
Damn,
obviously.
dude, the alarms are going, the coughs are going off every time the Asian night comes on lately. Making me look like a poor. This is a nice
Wait,
condo
back
in
to
a nice area,
blue.
I swear.
I guess like because I'll tell you more from like an
Julius, it gives
example.
me a
Like,
complex to when I was growing up. I feel like I'm sounding like I'm in a shitty neighborhood.
I mean, I explain stuff
Julius,
better.
you're muted again, dog.
Sorry.
I explain stuff better like through examples. Like if I was in that situation, I mean, you can look through my Instagram, like what I post. I mean, I don't think I dress revealing at all. But like if a guy told me like what to wear and stuff, like the difference is, well, I mean, first of all, like if my father isn't gonna like say that something's like too revealing. Like if what I'm wearing, like if what I wore in my recent Instagram photo, my father's like, yeah, it's totally fine. I like your outfit, it looks cute. But a guy were to be like,
No, but here's the thing.
revealing and all that.
The important qualifier is that you have to trust them totally and that you want to do that. And then at that point, if he's asking you to do something with your outfit, even if you don't necessarily see the merit in it, you don't have to. You can just trust him.
I guess
That's
it's
what
like
he's
you don't really question like why a father's doing it, because like you know what a father's like role is, because like, you know, like my father obviously he's been in my life my whole life, you know, he's been there for me, like he's done all these things for me, but
So he
a
should be there
boyfriend,
weighing in on your potential mate. And then when you and him and the family decide this guy's worthy of it,
like I asked him that question and he doesn't think like if it's right, he doesn't think it's right like for a guy to like really be in that kind of like position to like tell me what to wear, because it's like my father would say like if my like pretend I'm like my father talking to like a guy who told me like what I wear, like this is my daughter, like I can you know provide my input because I'm her father, I've you know been here for her, I've raised
and
her,
as a potential husband, I wanted to do what I thought her father would appreciate in his absence. She was wearing an outfit that I couldn't personally go out with her, sir. I thought that you'd be happy with this. Is what a good
my
guy
dad
would
would
say
be
back.
my dad wouldn't be happy with it because just because of like you know his biological father, his biological father was controlling and like abusive and
Sir,
stuff.
I'm not
So,
controlling of this woman at all, except I don't want her to give off an idea that she's a streetwalker.
well,
I don't think you want her to either. So,
Right, but
well,
also
I
too,
don't.
Megan.
Well, look what she's wearing. She's not dressed in any like certain way. I think what she's wearing is perfectly fine.
No,
And as her,
but Megan, you got to understand, we're in 2023. Any type of skin you show, men will look at that and objectify you. Like that. That's why I asked, do women
objectify my
objectify
arm.
you? No, but I mean, what I'm saying
Megan,
is,
the whole point is if you shouldn't be in a relationship with a man that you don't determine is trustworthy. And then once you do determine that with your father and anybody else, you can now realize that he's not going to be doing this just for the fuck of it. He's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because he sees something that I might not see as a woman. Did not see that coming. But just because I don't see the merit in it right now in the moment, I know him to be trustworthy and that he cares about me and he's only looking out for me. I should just do what he's saying unless it's for some reason totally objectable. Like if he doesn't want me to wear this, even though I see no harm, he's not just saying this for the hell of it. He's doing it because he sees potential danger, and he's the one responsible for protecting me. If anybody ever does anything out there, so if I love him and trust him, and that's the thing I don't understand. Men are always acquiescing to women all the time they care about, but women, the modern woman nowadays seems to be like, oh my God, I'm not going to acquiesce in any way, shape, or form to anything. It's like the opposite of love.
I'm trying to figure out how to like word it. I guess like from my father's like perspective, it's like he's earned that. Like he's earned like that role to like really give like that kind of.
I understand. I mean, obviously, there's no one's going to replace your father, but between you and your father, who's irreplaceable, you guys should be trying to determine a man that can take his place when you guys move into a home together and marry. Your father wants somebody whose peace of mind knows that like this guy's trustworthy. He's looking out for my daughter like I do.
From my father's perspective, like my father, like he can tell me these things because like you know he's earned that trust. Like we've built that trust, but like with a guy like who's either has to been on like one or two dates with who hasn't really
I'm saying you built it.
No, but hold on. But Megan, hold on. You're okay. There's an obvious, right? There's an obvious of like if you guys go on one date and he's saying all this stuff. Okay, it might be a little obvious thing, but I would argue that even still, you're talking about earning, right? Yeah, your father's there to raise you, but the fact that you said yes to this man and go on the date, he's earned that to go on the date with you because he's worked his way to a certain status in order to get you on a date, and you said yes. So he's earned that. If he tells you his boundaries and he's like, listen, I'm just going to tell you the kind of women I'm into the kind of women that don't show their bodies a lot. You know what I mean? If he's laying that boundary out, that's a boundary of men.
Can we screen share on this?
What's up?
Can we screen share on this? Because I can just like pull.
Yeah. Why? We can share whatever.
I kind of want to like actually wait. I can probably just like show my thing. Just like ask like you guys' input based on like my Instagram and stuff. Just because I'm trying to remember. Hold on.
Only on the Age of Men, folks. Can't wait.
Wait, hold on. Are you going to show us your Instagram page? I'll pull it up right now.
Oh, true. Well, I mean, I can show like through here, like
no,
this
no,
outfit.
we'll do it the professional way. Julie,
oh yeah, we'll pull it up.
We'll do the professional.
Put that phone down. We'll get to that. But let's do step by step and break this down. So let me pull up this video first real quick and kind of just give you an example.
And Megan, I'm writing a note about that. We got to look at your IG page.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up 2 videos and then I'll pull up your IG and then we'll discuss that. So let me pull up the video by Osaze. Shout out to Osaze, The Desirable Truth. Let me pull up his video and I'll pull up my friend Duran's video and then we'll talk about that as well when he asks us questions. So let me pull up this real quick. And again, for all you guys watching, we appreciate you guys for watching. Do hit that like button. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Share this out. It definitely helps when you share this out and hit that like button. And when you comment below, so definitely hit that like button. It definitely does help out. And share this out. Get more people to come to this podcast so we can have these conversations. We're not trying to be like other podcasts. We want to be separate from them. We tell the truth. We keep it real on here. We tell it like it is, but want to do it in a way where it's not like other people.
And look, I get that you guys want to keep Age of Men as your cool little secret to yourselves. Trust me, I get it. But we're going to be getting bigger and bigger. That's the goal. That's the plan. And that'll make the show better and better. So if you want to be one of the long-term family members, like in it from the beginning, help us grow. Don't hoard us.
Let me guess.
This
thing was taken in California.
No, Florida. This guy lives in Florida.
Go to Kentucky.
Dude, this is deja freaking vu. We literally did this on last show. You guys both said the same thing about this clip, I think.
No, I know. She did.
Ask people on the streets of Kentucky.
Right, but he lives in Florida.
Up.
Yeah.
Who cares where it's at? Let's watch it.
Exactly. All girls are the same. All right.
Let's say I was your man. Would you still go out and dress like this on a girls' night or by yourself?
No. Yes. Yes and no.
Oh no.
It depends. If I know my man is not comfortable with it, then I'm not gonna do it. But if he doesn't really care, then I'm gonna wear what I want to wear because this what comes with being with a pretty girl.
You don't think that's saying, "Hey, I'm still on the market" to other men, though?
What I wear should not have anything to do with how a man feels. If I'm in a relationship, then I'm in a relationship. I'm not gonna talk back to it. Random. Yeah.
It shouldn't. But do you think you're gonna get quality men coming at you dressed like that, or would they be going more for like how your friend is dressed?
I don't know.
Yeah, look at the 2 friends. They don't even look like friends.
Yeah.
Would you want your mama dressing like that?
My mom knows not to play with me. Do not be walking outside the house with shorts that go low, higher than your fingertips.
Amazing, Julius.
But it's cool because you're a young girl.
Critical they are.
Let's say
you can't make this up. Okay, real quick. I want to go over to the comments.
Go to Kentucky.
Well,
Megan,
listen,
but that's not.
Yeah, this is his content.
Okay, show's over. Megan resolved it. Age of Men, done. Go to Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Utah.
So to get these first 4 comments right here. This person Lightbringer says this guy be overdoing it. Honestly, how is he overdoing it? That's a legit question. And she's dressed like she's on the market.
She's not overdoing it. He's overdoing it, but she's not. You can't make this shit up.
Exactly. And then one person said, "Bro, leave her alone. She's fine." Like, bro, simp.
Dude, bad ass simp. Pathetic.
You know how people always say shame. We gotta go simp.
Yeah.
Simp.
Well, you know what, dude? She did start off surprisingly good. She said all the right things. She was like, if my man had a problem with it, then I wouldn't wear it. Great, right? But if you don't have a problem with it, I'm going to wear whatever I want. And that revealed a lot, that little phrase right there. If you don't put down some standards that you're going to make sure that you uphold and she must uphold to be with you, then she's going to do whatever she wants. And then the typical female delusion starts to come in where she's like, look, it doesn't matter how I dress. Men can't have any. But at first, she started off good.
Yeah. And then this last comment right here says, first of all, what kind of questions are that? Great question. So, Asaze, if you're watching this, bro, we got your back. Shout out to you for asking these great questions.
Don't let these hating hoes get you down. It's so crazy how they could be so critical of him, but overlook the obvious
right?
sore thumb hoe that's in the room.
See that? I guess because
there's such thing called female privilege.
I guess that's the issue of like the way a woman dresses. Like she probably dressed like that before you got into the relationship. So if you knew how she dressed before you got into the relationship and you have an issue with how she dresses, why are you in the relationship?
Because we change for each other. We work on ourselves.
Yeah. Hold on a second. That bothers me. I hear that all the time. Sorry, Nick, I didn't mean to cut you off. But that bothers me when women say, well, if you know how she was, then why do you do that? Okay.
I don't know if it's just me, but like if I look
like Nick said, I'm gonna quote what a wise man once said. This wise guy over here, whichever side he's on. He said, we're not mind readers. So you guys dress a certain way, and then if we like you guys, find you guys attractive. It's like, okay, I can understand. I'll play advocate. I understand that the man liked what she wore, right? She wore that. He liked that, right? He was attracted to it. But if he wants to get to know her, and maybe he's like, listen, I like you, but this might be a little bit too much for me. Is that such a
do you want to be a piece of ass in my bed tonight, or maybe a wife? Because if you're dressed like that, piece of ass, it's already decided. But if you're considering being a wife, I would put some more clothes on.
I guess I'm in a position where like I'm not looking to like change anybody. Like for my like POV, if I saw like a guy's like if I was talking to a dude and I saw like his Instagram, he was like it seemed like he was always like out at like a club.
But Megan, it's discouraging. I just gotta say, as a man, it's discouraging that now if men aren't typically so over controlling that they're trying to change what you're wearing for no reason. They're doing it because you're giving off something that makes them feel uncomfortable, and it's likely well founded or at least somewhat legitimate. And it's discouraging that women, rather than somehow seeing this as like a protective kind of thing, you guys look at it like he's controlling, because a small percentage of men control women, not most of us, but that's how we are painted out to be when we're trying to do this kind of thing. That's a shame, and that's why women are killing chivalry. That's another contributor.
Well, I was saying like from my like perspective, like I'm not ever going to be in a relationship to change my.
So would you compromise your outfit at all for your man ever if he wanted you to?
I mean, first of all, I don't really dress
any outfit. Let's just say hypothetically.
Any outfit. Go to my recent photo on my Instagram.
Okay, we'll do that. But let's say like it
ties in with this.
It's hard. I'm gonna do a hypothetical that we're dating, because I can't ever seem to get you to lock in with the question with me. If I wanted you to take say you come downstairs, I'm like, I don't know who you're going out with, but not with me dressed like that. What do you do?
Well, I mean, it would obviously depend on the outfit. I mean,
for the love of God, I'm not happy with it. It shouldn't depend on the outfit.
If you're not happy with it, then like, I mean, that's.
You're going out alone if you stay in that outfit, basically. I'm not going to be going. I'm going to be upset. What do you do?
I probably wouldn't even be in that situation. Like, I wouldn't be in that relationship and stuff. Because I mean,
can you play the hypothetical with me for fuck's sake, woman?
Hypothetical. I mean, I wouldn't see it as a green flag and stuff. Like if you were like telling me what I wanted to like wear and stuff, I guess. Wait, where did Julius go?
You wouldn't think to ask why. Why does it upset you so much, or something like that, to better understand his reasoning? You're just gonna instinctively like dig in and
like I do what I want. I would like. Where Julius go?
Because that's what it feels like, Megan. It feels like you guys are unwilling to compromise with a man who's expected to like compromise his last name and share that with you, literally. And you guys aren't even willing to budge on like maybe not looking like a hoe if he feels that you look like a hoe.
I'm going to call it. This is feminist behavior. Feminists would not want to compromise with men. And we actually talked about this behind the scenes. This is one of the reasons why women will not submit to men. Because I'm telling you, and I'm telling you right now, if you know, you know. I'm telling you right now, I really believe that women, not all, but many do not want to submit to a man because they're losing women power, wherever they deem women power. That empowerment, they're losing it. So when a man says, "Hey," now mind you, again, we can play the story or play a little whole. Well, she was dressed like this. You were attracted to that, and now you want her to change. I would argue it's the same thing where you get with a guy and you expect more from him.
I was
You
just gonna
want
say
him to,
that, Julius. I was
yeah,
poor when you met me, and I'm rich now. Does that mean that I shouldn't have changed? Does that mean that you're fucked up for fucking wanting me to be rich? No.
exactly. This goes right back to what we were talking about earlier with the whole back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. So when he changed, you wanted that guy, not you, Megan, but the woman wanted the guy when he's now got some status in life. So when he changed, she's attracted to him. But yet she wants him to change for her to be a certain way. Treat me like this. Oh, but when we ask you, hey, we don't want you to wear that because we're trying to protect you. Well, I should be able to do what I want. Really, then you'd be
For
by yourself then.
not all, but for just for some women, because like I mentioned, like my grandmother's like, first husband, my dad's biological dad, like he was like abusive and stuff. So I guess deep down, women, like some of them don't want to admit it, but a lot of them like do have that fear that if a guy tells them to do like one thing, like tell them like what they can and can't.
That he's controlling and possessive and all that.
They fear that's going to lead to like a slippery slope. It's like one moment he's just telling me,
Dude, that's all in their heads, and they're so wrong for that because a man being possessive.
Because some guys do say those things because they want to be controlling, but under the guise of like, oh, we're doing it to protect.
There are a very small select psychopathic group of men that will do that, but you guys are projecting that onto all the men, and it's messed up. Like, it's going to result in you guys not getting any chivalry or anything from men anymore.
I feel
Think about this, like the ramifications of this kind of thing, because we're supposed to protect and provide and all sorts of things for you, right? Well, the Secret Service has some say over what the president does because they're expected to, at all costs, protect and provide, like take care of him. So he listens to them. He has to do what they say when they say, "Mr. President, we're not going there. We're going here," or whatever. Even the president has to listen to their authority because they're expected to protect him. And he can't expect them to protect him if they don't have that authority over him. So you have to give your man that authority if you expect him to protect you. Otherwise, I can't protect you. Good riddance.
Mr. Biden,
if you don't listen to me, what the hell? How can I protect you? I wouldn't.
Mr. Biden, you're still in your pajamas.
Well,
that's when we got started.
Okay, Mr. Biden. Julius, remember we were talking about Mr. Joe Biden, like, for the love of God over here.
Yeah.
Got it. Like, imagine how pissed his guys get. Like, this fucking guy.
Like smacking his head.
Yeah.
No,
don't say that.
But I guess psychologically, coming from like a woman's perspective.
Hold on, Megan, hold on. Sorry, real quick. I'm cutting off real quick. I'm gonna get to the comments. People have been commenting. I want to get to the comments real quick. I want to get to Grace's comment. I want to address Melanie's comment real quick. Because women always say this too. Women always say this, and I want to call it out. So sorry, guys, but I gotta call this out. Let me read Grace's comment first. She said, "I've said this before, but if my husband was going out with me and had tight jeans to where you could see a bulge or a hole where his berries were slinging everywhere, I'd be like, hell no, change your pants." And he would so, and I would do the same. Fair enough. I get that, but I would argue men don't really do stuff like that.
I agree.
If a man wore tight jeans,
let me ask Grace real quick then. Grace, it seems like because of the respect that you guys have for each other, you wouldn't even tread the lines of potentially upsetting one another with what you wear, right? And I can imagine you could say the same about your husband. You wouldn't do that. There's just obvious lines that like need not be crossed if you have respect and love for your partner, if you ask me. But the modern women, I'm trying to really figure you guys out and give you like, I'm honestly asking, like, when you double down into that, like, I know he's controlling or whatever, possessive, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. It's like, are there no compromises that, or aren't you expecting men to compromise sometimes with you? Well, this is important to him. Compromise, or else, like Kevin Samuels once said, buy a dog and die alone.
Yeah. Varel said that the game is that dressing like that is freedom, that is brainwashing. I agree. Melanie, now this is where I want to call out Melanie because she says, I love how everyone says women submit to their man, but they forget the other half of that verse is the husband to submit to the wife. Disagree. That's not what it says. In the Bible,
right? Their wives.
Yeah, in the Bible,
like he loves Christ.
Exactly.
Basically
Wives
saying
should
men
submit to
don't
their
abuse.
husbands.
Basically, men don't abuse your power. Basically, in life,
Well, what
and
it says, the
lead
Bible,
like God did.
clear. Right. The Bible is very clear in Ephesians. It says wives are to obey their husbands, husbands are to love their wives as they love the Lord. Here's what I'm talking about. And this is I really want to get into this because and I mean we're going to stay on topic with the objectification, but I want to get into this real quick because I often hear women always say, well, they always talk about women should submit, but forget the other half. It doesn't say in the Bible that men should submit. It says women should obey their husbands. Obey. Matter of fact, even when you get married, they say, well, you obey your husband. There is a viral video that went out of a woman and a man getting married. And the pastor said, will you obey your husband? She said, obey.
Don't
So
believe
it's
it
like,
right there, bro.
do you see what I mean? So it's almost like women have this mindset, like they see. I'm not talking about women who've been through stuff. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about just in general. It seems like women have this kind of mindset. Obey means getting beat, punched,
Submit
WWF
means he's
style.
gonna make me a
It's like,
slave. All these
yeah,
things, but
it doesn't mean that. All obey means is just follow his lead. You'll follow his lead. When you
There's
submit
just a
to your
different
husband,
one than
follow his
obey. It's
lead.
like I guess
No,
when you
that's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. Why are we trying to tell God or those who wrote the Bible? Why are we trying to tell them how to change it? That's what the Bible said. The Bible gives
dude, it's just
instructions.
like Eve in the garden. Just like Eve in the garden. Let's eat the fruit, Adam. Fuck your dad. He's not that
Exactly.
good. You could
there was
wish
a
to be
meme.
him.
Oh, that reminds
Fuck
me of
him.
a meme.
That's what the women are doing
Obey.
now.
Yeah,
Someone
let's change the
Fuck
word
him,
said a
man.
obey. Obey is not a good word to use. Let's
The
change the word
Bible
obey.
doesn't say that. The Bible says it like
that
this.
reminds me of a meme.
Just like Eve, bro.
Someone actually made a meme saying sometimes I think Adam ate the fruit and he just blamed Eve because men lie like that.
Adam was the first beta male simp. Call it a hot take. But think about it. If he was an alpha and when she brought that fruit to him, he kicked that bitch to the curb, God would have rewarded him with paradise, I bet.
See, if he would have done
God would have given him
that,
a whole harem of women in the whole earth.
if Adam would have done that verse would make so much more sense to women and like they would take that verse more seriously. But because he was a beta,
Right. Well, so it's our job to overcome his beta status that he subjected us to, and become the alphas that we're meant to be.
yeah, if he would have kicked it to the curb, that would have been one thing.
No, that's what we have to do now as men.
But
he didn't do it.
We gotta learn. Go ahead, Julius.
Well, that's the reason why Christ came to repent us from our sins. So,
So kick those bitches to the curb, gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, the point I want to get to again, as far as the submission part, because again, this all ties in with the objectivity, with the fact that on the topic of when women wear certain outfits, they think it's controlling for their man or husband to say, hey, I just don't like that. Let's say let's go back to the fact that he was attracted to her when she wore that type of outfit, right? Let's say he was attracted to her, but he was like, you know what? I like you. Like, I do like you. I think you're a cool person, but I'm just not in favor of that outfit. And I do want to get to know you, but I'm not in favor of that outfit. He's letting it be known at the start, not like halfway in where he was attracted to that and all of a sudden he's like getting insecure about it. He's saying at the very beginning, hey, I'm not attracted to this, right? But for some reason, again, women have an issue with the word submit and obey. They see it as such a negative term when it's in the Bible. How can you, if you're a woman, who follows God, how can you call yourself a woman of Christ, but then dismiss the Bible? It's insane to me. It's so insane. Women will obey the law. They obey their husbands. They will obey stop signs, all that stuff. They would obey their parents. But for some reason, when it comes to the husband, they just totally dismiss it. What is so bad about the man? I'm starting to think that women secretly hate men because you don't want to obey, but yet you'll follow the law. You'll obey the law. You'll obey your bosses at work. When your boss says show up, you show up. When your boss
They
says
need to
clock
be
out,
controlled,
you
Julius.
clock
They
out.
need to be controlled, and they're not willing to accept it very easily, understandably. And so this is why we're going to have to get a little more strong-handed, gentlemen. They need to be controlled. They will appreciate it once under control. They're never going to say that, though, while we're acquiring the control again. It's out of control, man. It's absolutely out of control. If we don't acknowledge it now and try to reverse course, we might never, ever. We're doomed, frankly.
We all agree that a lot of these issues is because people don't put God at the center of their lives. Like, if you don't follow God, if you don't read the Bible, like, you're not going to understand, like, the full context of a lot of these things.
I think,
Well,
yeah, you can make that argument, but, like...
I mean, Julius can probably agree with me. Like, if God's not in the center of your relationship, if he's not in the center of your
I hear you,
life,
but for those who haven't, like, connected with God and found... They don't have to do that just to be good people, if you ask me. Like,
I agree with that, though.
And for those who haven't, like, found that connection on their own necessarily, because I used to be one of them, I'm like, well, it's easy for you to say on that side, like, I'm open to finding God, but I just haven't found that connection yet. So I try not to... They don't have to have that to be... Basically, I don't know. Men and women need some self-accountability, and they need some morals, and
But
just...
I'm
gonna be blunt honest. Women need to stop tripping over the word submit and obey. It's not a negative connotation. It is a word that's in the Bible. All it means is that you will follow your husband's lead. That's all it means. That's why in the Bible, in the New King James Version, it says wives are to obey their husbands as they obey the Lord. So you will obey God, but for some reason you'll disobey your husband. Why is that?
You'll listen to God.
You'll pray on your hands and knees.
You want to know why, Julius? Because their husbands are fucking pussies and let them walk all over them. That's why they disobey them.
Yes, that can be a reason. You're not wrong on that, but I think it's
my
more
husband
than
himself is not.
That's part of the problem. No, hold on.
Men need to put their foot down and not accept it.
Did not die for the world's sins.
Hold on. Look, I see Melanie saying if he leads, bro, my head's gonna go and explode.
He can't lead if you don't let him first. They act like they'll start following once he starts leading. But you need to no, that's not the chain of events. You guys need to first let him by submitting. Now you do that. I understand that's a very vulnerable position. And there's a lot of predators and fucked up dudes out there that will fully take advantage of that and mess you all up. So you need to be discerning about who you're going to give this to. You can't just go give it right away, obviously. That said, I would be trying to figure it out quickly if this guy's trustworthy of having the lead. And I would have my dad, that's what I was saying to Megan, I would have my dad or other men that I trust weighing in on that process big time. Because if they sign off on it, women will sign off on a freaking bullet to the head. They don't know what is right for them if they don't have a father there or a male figure that knows how men work and can have a candid talk with the potential boyfriend. Like I hear Julius was maybe going to have recently, but listen, you break my daughter's heart, I'm going to break your legs. You know, that kind of thing.
You know, my dad told me instead. He's like,
Julius didn't say that. No. I don't know if he wants to get into something personal or not. I was just giving my buddy a link. But Julie's experience.
Hold on. Okay. I'll tell a quick story. Basically, there was a school event my daughter went to, and it involved dancing. And I said, if any guy tries to grind up on you, I'm going to shoot his balls off.
Do you think he's kidding? Just imagine.
Yeah, I said, I'm sorry. I got to ruin their futures. I will shoot their balls off.
Dude.
No, you know what my dad...
Does it sound like I'm playing?
I'm protecting. She knows I'm being facetious, but at the same time, I'm being serious.
But kind of not,
I'm protecting my daughter by not being like, yeah, sure, have a good time. Go dance. No. Watch out for these dudes trying to grab on you because, again, my daughter, she's not an object. So I'm not going to let guys treat her like one.
Don't give it away at prom like you're going to regret later. Just trust me, I'll blow their balls off.
You know, I actually know what my dad told me instead. He's like, if a guy breaks your heart, my job is to continue making a lot of money so that when you handle it and you shoot him and stuff, because, like, he's training me to, like, carry and stuff, my job is to bail you out of prison. That's what my dad told me.
I like that, but Megan, do you ever feel that
I don't like that.
My dad's from my POV, my dad's a veteran. He's like the one to like train his daughters to like self-defense and all that stuff. Because he understands like me being in college, there's going to be a time where like I'm physically like on my own, like I don't have any nearby like relatives.
But I just want to ask one thing off of that.
He knows there's a time like where
does your dad look at you as a princess, an innocent princess that can do no wrong, or does your dad hold you accountable maybe for things you do, or can you give me any insights into that?
He obviously holds me accountable for when I'm wrong, but he always lets me know I'm like one of 3 very important women in his life, including my older sister, my mom. but he also understands there's also going to be a time where he's not always going to be there to like physically protect me. And keep in mind, he's a veteran. So
Does he think you're a princess that can do no wrong? Or when you come home after a breakup or something, does he ask, well, what did you do in the equation?
Well, I mean, it's been a while since I've been in a relationship, but
Megan, you killed me, girl. Do you get the basic like idea of the question I'm asking? It doesn't have to be like a specific relationship or anything. Just like, does your dad think you're a princess that can do no wrong? Like the man's always wrong by default? Or does he say, princess, what were you doing that contributed to the downfall?
let's see what happened.
I already know the answer by how long you're taking, but go ahead.
He's told me to be very, very careful, like who I pick, and I like how like he's both understanding, but yet he like tells me like how it is, but he also tries not to like I'm trying to think of like the perfect word for this. So whenever like I was in like my relationship in high school, he wasn't like, well, if you would have stayed away from this dude and all that stuff, it's like, because psychologically, if you come off as like, if you would have listened to me,
I think you're his princess. Am I wrong?
No, he's held me accountable for a lot of things.
You and your sister are his princesses ultimately.
He's held us accountable for things outside of relationships and stuff. But what he told me from like my relationship is, he's like, I understand like you really care and you like the guy, like you're not stupid for liking him, but realistically,
so not even just relationships, but just in life, like, does he treat you as a princess that can do no wrong, or does he like hold you accountable when you make mistakes and make you like right them?
He holds me accountable in the sense of like, I'm gonna use like an example outside of relationships, like with my schoolwork and stuff. Like he trained me and my sister to be hardworking, individuals. Never let your guard down when it comes to finding somebody. Find someone like, because obviously we believe in the Bible and like wives submit to their husbands. So that's why he said be very, very careful like who you pick. The biggest thing he told me to look for in a guy is selflessness, and like because one of the things about men loving husbands loving their wives is be willing to like lay down their lives for them. Basically, proving selflessness, proving that.
So what do they get in return for that major possible sacrifice that they're expected to do?
Well, it's very, very mutual. Like if he can prove selflessness in my eyes, like he could prove that he is.
Let's say he's willing to lay down his life, like you just said, is expected of men. What does he get in return for making such a sacrifice from women? What should he expect, I guess, is the better question.
My commitment to him, like
I will. He's committed to you already, so there's got to be like something more, right?
But you said he submitted to me.
Sure, if he's willing to die for you, yeah, that's
good. And I submit to him.
As a matter of fact, Megan.
One of the things,
men submit to women. First and foremost, the fact that they're willing to go out, like when they want to marry you and things like that, the fact that they're working towards taking care of a family, that's like our version of submission to a woman. We're going out and working. You said what?
What about fidelity? Is that
you mean like you mean like somebody cheating on you? What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's infidelity, right?
Yeah.
No, but see, okay, but hold on. Okay, women have to stop taking everything to the extreme. I'm talking about simply a man's version of submission to a woman is the fact that he's going out and busting his butt to take care of a family. So
is fidelity included in that? Just curious. We don't like divulge into it.
Submission is that I'm willing to fucking die for you, like you just said. That's submitting to somebody ultimately. But you guys aren't expected to die for us. So what are we getting in return that makes it worth signing up for that, is what I'm asking. Let's get real, ladies. Now on. Like, this is what it is. What makes it worth our while to do?
I mean, I'm a Christian. I'll submit to my husband if he's like proven like all these things and he's proved like worthy to be my future husband.
So in lesser moments, you're not going to submit to him?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Well, okay, hold on, real quick. Isn't that crazy that women will say he has to prove to me that he's worthy? But what are you proving to him?
And not only that, Megan, I can't take time off when you're proving worthy or not to save you or protect you. My life's on the line regardless of your behavior. That's what I'm signed up for. So I feel like women are too wishy-washy these days. And frankly, you guys can do what you want, but it's just not looking like a good experience.
I'll be the trad wife. I don't mind being a trad wife and stuff.
What I'm saying is, every time I ask women what are they going to bring to the table that's going to, make it worth the things that the men are expected to bring to the table that the women aren't expected to bring. Women never have any
I'll
tangible
submit to him.
answers.
I'll cook for him. I'll clean for him. I'll take care of his children.
There we go. Now we're talking. That's what I wanted to hear. Stuff like that. That's
I will
worth the
say,
trade-off.
I feel something I will say though is like a lot of women, like realistically, like deep down, do want that, but you know when it gets to that point, they want to do it feeling like you know it's a choice and stuff. Like there was this one dude, like, and I was asking like his opinion on it, and I said, I mean, I don't care if like she works or not. It's just like it's her choice if she wants to be like stay home, like as long as she feels like she's not like being forced to do that, and she's like genuinely doing it because like it's her own choice, and out of like the kindness of
Yeah, okay.
kind of like what I was explaining to you earlier about like what I did for my friend Evan and stuff. Like, I mean, this does not have to be like with relationships and stuff. It's because like he was such a great friend to me and all that stuff, and he was always you know there for me. That when he was sick and he really wasn't feeling well, I went out of my way to like do something.
Speaking of which, we're losing people in the audience. Are we doing the call tonight?
Should I text him saying, "Are you free to call"?
No, just call. Just try to call.
Hold on. Before he gets to that, we gotta give the audience a little context, okay? Some context. So, Megan has this guy friend, and this guy friend, you know, she says he's attractive. I guess he checks all the right boxes, but for some reason he's not worthy enough for Megan. But she recently found out,
or her friends.
Yeah, and so she recently found out that
my friends can date him if they want to.
We painstakingly went through this last week. We got it.
Yeah, so she found out that she asked him how come we aren't together, which I was going to tell you, like, that's probably the reason why he says he has a friend, because you came off too strong with that question. But I digress. Point is that Nick's theory is that because you guys are just friends, if you were to give him the opportunity, if you open the door, he will walk right in. And so that's what we're going to do.
She's probably texting him now. She's probably giving him a heads up already this week.
She's like,
hey, I'm going to call you on Sunday night, and I'm going to be on the podcast, so I might say some zany things. Just play along with it. Megan, I told you I'm going to end your life in Warcraft if you hinted it to him at all about this.
My life in Warcraft, what?
In Warcraft, allegedly.
Oh
no, but you better not tip him off over there, little lady.
No,
she is. She's like, be prepared for me to say something weird.
SOS.
No. No, I had texted him. No, because like I didn't know like if he was like working and stuff because he works at Publix and stuff. Yeah, he works while he's in college and stuff. And I basically like asked him, hey, can I talk to you about something? Like ask you about something. He said,
no, you need to make this phone call happen. Like it's important, and he will pick up. But we can't wait for him. The age of men is from 9 to 11. We got to make it now.
She does.
Sean said like, she's like, don't answer the phone that call.
No, I'm checking his snap. I'm checking his snap location. He's at Publix.
No. That's where Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You give him a call, and you say, "Hey, what you doing?" If he said nothing, just say, "Hey, I was watching the movie. Thought it'd be cool if we can watch it together."
Fine. Do you want me to text him?
Wait, let's work through this. Okay, so we don't want to text. We do want to work through this though. So it's going to be real short and sweet, and it'll be very definitive. You want to call him, and if he doesn't answer, send him a text saying, "Hey, no emergency, but important. If you could call back." He'll call back right away, and at that point, you say, "Oh man, Julius, my heart's almost like feeling guilty about this for this poor kid."
This poor child. I'm not gonna call him when he's at work. That's the thing.
Okay, if he's at work, then
wait, he's at work? No, I don't. We gotta call him. He'll answer. He'll step out, and that'll just prove that much more that he's into you like that. I'm trying to say.
I want to get him. If he's at work, I don't want to get him fired.
He's gonna arrange his schedule to accommodate Megan to prove our point that he's into her more than just a friend. If he ignores it and can't be sorry, I'm at work or whatever, then she might be right about the friends thing, and we might be a little off. But the work answer will tell you a lot, or the lack thereof, of his interest in you.
Okay, now I remember what I was gonna say. I love how when I'm thinking about saying something, like, it doesn't come to my mind until like, you know, it's like weird timing possible. I was saying like this whole like not issue, but like this whole topic of like wives submitting, like men loving. All of those people need to keep in mind, like all of those like things have, you know, biblical grounds to it. Like all of these are, you know, from the Bible. They're not just, you know.
We'll hire him on the show. It won't be any pay. There will be no money position, but we'll hire him on the Age of Men if we get fired.
Part of the money he makes from his job helps go towards paying for college.
Listen, he's not going to get fired. He's a grown man. That's not going to happen. Right. But what is going to happen is he's going to revolve his schedule around Megan's call right now.
I don't want someone. Well, you think I don't want someone
just text him. Just text him. Don't call him. He's at work.
No, I don't even believe he's at work. I think we need the call. It's not the end of the world. If he's at work and it's a bad situation, he won't answer like any grown adult. Just call.
I'm looking at his location right now. He's at Publix. And if you're wondering why I have his location, you can see anyone's location.
Yeah. Whatever helps you sleep at night, lady.
No, I'm serious. You can actually, if you download Snapchat,
So where's his location? Is he at work or no?
He is at Publix on Tennessee Street.
Nope, no work. Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, listen.
Right? Megan.
He's at Publix right now, which is where he works.
Okay, I understand why you're nervous to do the call instead of the text, because text always favors women. If you're a woman, of course you want to be on the text game.
We're doing it
Plausible deniability, you get a chance to think about your things instead of being put on the spot. I get it. But let me tell you this. In this kind of situation, texting just ain't going to convey it. And it's also not going to be as effective. And this dude might actually somehow miraculously end up getting into shape in a way that you want to be with him and he wants to be with you. This could be the start of a lot of things, but it all starts with a phone call.
How about outside of the podcast, and I will.
Is it getting real now that you're on the air? Last week you were talking mad game.
Yeah,
I'll call him.
Okay,
Megan. He's working.
Megan, I totally understand, and I was actually going to say this might be wrong to do to this young man, so I'm kind of reluctantly glad that you backed out.
No, but did I at least prove? But from what I told you and stuff, from when he was did I at least prove that I'm not just using him for my own
We know you're not using him. We know you're not using him. Well, not purposely. You're using him as a boyfriend that you don't have to fuck, but that's neither here nor there. He could become that boyfriend.
What I did is not something I wouldn't do for one of my female friends who was sick inside. That's the way I look at it.
So last week I think you would agree that maybe I caught you at the point where you were like, well, he just looks at me as a friend, and I said there's nothing that you could do that his guy friends couldn't do better for him. And you said, well, for instance, he called me to help him move, and I said a guy friend would be better at that. Do you see what I'm getting at? He likes you, maybe. Well, because those are signs. Those are little hints.
Well, there's also the fact that this was during the summer. Not many people do summer classes and stuff, and I was the only one in
Girl, you're probably more in the way of it. He want a fully 100-pound soaking wet girl helping me move. He can find somebody else. He likes you like that. He's hopeful to get in the gate if only you ever give him glimpses of how to do that. I mean, or it's not for you or for your friends. Give him coaching advice that will help him going down the road looking for a future relationship. Because if you don't and you saw some things that he could be working on, you're actually setting other women up for disaster.
I mean, I did tell him one thing he could do is just have more confidence, just be more out there. Don't be afraid to actually shoot your shot with somebody. Like I said, the Pete Davidson thing that I told you guys.
Send him my way. I'll give him a free trial clinic. 20-minute call.
So speaking of, let's move on to the next topic. We got less than an hour. Okay, real quick, just to go back in the conversation about the women objectify themselves. I want to get you guys' final thoughts on that, and then we'll move on to the next topic. My thoughts are this. Well, somebody wrote in the comments. Julius, I want to clarify something with you. I will not have man over except my granddad, who's 86. My husband is not home. Do you consider that submitting? Well, hold on. I will not have a man over except my granddad. My husband is not home. Do you consider that submitting? Well, here's my opinion when it comes to submission, just real quick. My opinion is this. When we talk about submission, right, it's essentially just following the man's lead. That's all it is. Obey, submit, and just following the man's lead.
Just listen to me, bitch. Please.
Of course, you don't want a man who's not worthy. That's so obvious. Women don't have to tell us that. I think we can all agree.
Goes without saying.
Yeah, we can all agree that women will not submit to a man who's not worthy. We can all agree to that. My point is, when you do have a man who's worthy of submission, you're just following his lead. So, for example, let's say when you were single, when you was a single woman, you had a job, you made your money, right? But then you got with him, and then you guys like, let's say you do joint money or something like that. Let's just say that's the case, and then you say, "Hey, I want to buy this new vacuum," and let's say the vacuum's like, $100. He's like, we don't need that right now. What
What's
we need
wrong
to
with
do is
our
take you
vacuum,
to the
hon?
store.
What's wrong
Right.
with the
But
vacuum that we have in the
What vacuum costs $100? Where
no,
y'all
Wow,
so
getting
this
it from?
new one is
no,
well.
well, vacuum can be expensive. But the point I'm making is that if she's like willing to do something like that, he steps in and says, "Hey, this isn't a good idea. I don't think we should use our money for this. We should use our money for that." You follow his lead in that way. You know, be like, "Well, I want to buy a new vacuum," and then argue with him that you want to buy a new vacuum. He's just
Well, I
saying,
want you to shut the fuck up every once in a while, and we don't always get what we want. Just stop yapping, woman. Just
Okay,
listen
maybe
to
don't
me.
say it like that.
No, that's what we think in our heads after a while with you ladies always fighting us on. You don't understand us, man. We gotta claw and scratch every fucking day in this world just to survive. And we're not
So
looking for pity or anything, but nobody
actually,
gives a shit about us. We're not. Nobody's taking care of
it
us.
actually did bring light to my head.
We
What
gotta
I
take
mean
care of
by like,
ourselves. So we don't need a woman, and we're not gonna tolerate, frankly, if you're a half decent man, half respectable man. We're not gonna tolerate fucking combative back talk, questioning every little thing we fucking say and do.
right.
Sooner be single.
So,
Like,
so
just stop doing that to me all the time because it wastes my efforts that I could be using to go out and fight dragons and slay them and bring them back to the family. Instead, I got to be fighting you. You're a dragon now. I'm not coming home to
yeah.
a dragon.
I blew a
And
fire.
so, real quick,
Ciao.
Melanie
You be
says,
blowing something. No, I'm just kidding. I had
yeah,
to. I had to. That's what I was saying
uh,
earlier in the moments. You know, it's like
First joke of the night.
nice.
so,
No, but this
Melanie
literally
says,
like what I said about like it
hold
reminded
on,
me of what to say. I was gonna put like
hold on, Megan, real quick, hold on. Melanie said he hand finances over to me. Listen what I'm trying to say here, people. Okay, I want the whole world to listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about following the man's lead. When you submit, obey, you're following his lead. As an example, if he's saying, "Hey, don't spend money on this. We don't need that right now," or something like, "Hey, we don't need a new car. I can fix this one. It's going to run just fine. We got this. Let's wait and save until we get a new car." What I'm saying is that he's making logical decisions that's beneficial to the family down the line and not just having an impulsive decision based on emotions. That's what I'm talking about. And as the woman, you go, "You know what? I understand. I trust them to lead me in the right way," which is what he's doing by doing his husband duties, by loving his wife enough to be honest and say, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't do this." So you follow that lead. That's what I'm talking about. So, and now to break that down when it comes to situations like a category of a woman dressed in a certain way, and he says, "Hey, I'm not okay with that outfit. I think it's going to draw too much attention." And then you say, "Well, you're so controlling. I want to wear what I want." And it's like Nick said, we want to slay the dragon, not argue with the dragon. Do you know what I mean?
Then
So
go on your own. It is going to attract unwanted attention, and you know it, or else why wear it? It's obvious. Why is it important to you if it's not going to do something, get you some sort of attention? Well,
well,
guess what? That means that I have to be on duty, fending off everybody who might disrespect your honor, while you're putting your fucking tits and ass out there for them all to oogle over. How can I even get mad at these guys who are oogling at your bare tits and ass? Yet I'm expected to protect you. I'm expected to uphold your reputation and your integrity and all this. I can't do that when you're fighting me.
I would argue, Nick, that's actually putting the man in a terrible position because now you're forcing him to protect you against other guys that
It's
you
an
are
impossible.
knowingly trying to attract.
Julius, that's why it's not only like it's an impossible situation that's dangerous for both of them. And if a woman's doing that to you, man, that's why I said like then one of us is going out. I'm not gonna be protecting you. I'm not attaching myself to this fight.
Yeah.
It's
And real
inevitable.
quick, make a final thoughts and then move on to the next subject.
what I was gonna say is, and a lot of us I just remember this right. Another reason like why women do have an issue with this is because there's men out there who don't really care like what a woman wears, so it's not like a universal like the
No, they
idea of
probably
like
care, Megan. They just don't want the fucking backlash that comes from bringing it up.
Fact.
Most
yeah, it's more so
most
like
men are going to
it's not
care
like
that their
super
girls putting their goods
universal.
out there for other men to oogle.
So like I guess for like my point of view is like if there's like somebody out there who would go like, oh my gosh, like over a pair of like tight jeans, but another guy like it doesn't even like face him, it's like not super like universal. And what I was saying about like men not being like where they submit to, like it depends like what they're asking to like submit to and stuff. Like what you say, like decisions like with finances and stuff, like that's
Megan.
understanding what oh my gosh, what
Megan, hold on, Megan. It's very
Submit means
simple.
follow his lead. Just follow
Yeah.
his lead.
like I'm
It's
not
not
gonna
that hard.
submit to
You
a guy
women,
like
you
I'm
women
not
think
gonna
everything's so convoluted and difficult.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna
that's
submit
what
to
I'm
a guy who
talking
tells me
about.
to go to
It's
the church.
annoying. This is the kind of even
Oh
back
my
talking and
God,
backlashing and
bro.
shit that even I'm on a small extent talking about. Like when you women
You
add
guys-
stress
I was
to
giving an example.
obvious,
I'm
but
stressing
it
right
should,
now.
if you,
I'm gonna have
you
this
got to bring peace
conversation.
into a man's life, or else he's not going to tolerate you if he's worth half his soul.
Oh
Like-
Lord.
Like obviously what you said was good, Julie. It's like if it's like financial decisions and stuff, if it has to do
Any
with like
decision. Any
And
decision. If
you have to
if
follow
you have
his
a
lead.
logical
Period. End of
decision,
sentence.
if he
You have to
asks me
follow his lead. Period. You have to let him
Period?
lead.
period.
You have to shut the fuck up every once in a
Yeah.
while. Sorry. You just have to
What if he
stop
wants me
it.
to go to what if he wants me to go to the Church of Satan with him and you stop being a
No.
Christian?
Well, you should have discerned that he's
okay.
not the man you should be following and be dating from the jump. And your dad should be
Yeah.
helping you do that along the way. But do it early.
There's
Figure
also
out early
manipulation.
quickly.
Listen. We're not talking about the extremes. You gotta stop going to the extremes with all this. Women always go to the extreme. What if he beats me up? What if he has to go to Satan? We're not talking
Yeah,
about
they
the
look for a
extremes.
way to
We're talking
women.
about
What you guys are doing by
extremes.
these extremes that you find to negate the points that we're trying to painstakingly express to you guys is going to doom you to buy a dog and die alone. I'm not kidding. Where's Kevin Samuels when you need him? Like no
Nick,
men can put up with this. You guys are
My God's
impossible
not
to
gonna ask
communicate
me to
with.
go to the
No,
Church of
Nick,
Satan.
I got a better one. Look, when Megan asked you kind of question, when women ask these questions, what they're telling us is we will not submit. That's what they're saying. They're basically
That's
saying,
what I'm
I don't
saying, Julius, and
what
that's
if
the
this?
bottom line.
What if that? What if this? What if that? You're saying you kind of find
I'm
excuses.
not saying
to
I
just
won't.
not-
They won't even submit to the hypothetical when we propose it, Julius. They won't even accept it without questioning, let
I'm
alone
not
in
saying
real
I'm
life.
not saying I'm not saying I'd never said I'm not saying that. I'm just saying not every guy is, not every guy has like the right intentions and
We
they're
know
not all
that.
going to show
Yes,
We
Megan,
know
there
that.
are some bad guys out there that are going to exploit
But if they're
you.
saying
You
something-
need to, for the last time, like, I can't emphasize this enough. You need to discern with your dad and other trusted men, is this man trustworthy of my submission and my love and being in a relationship with? Decide that early on. Start figuring that out quickly and early. Don't have it dangling around where you're like, well, I can't trust him or whatever. Then you shouldn't be in a serious relationship with him. Period. There's no justification for it.
Okay, real quick, last and final comment, and then we're gonna move on.
And Julius, I do want to answer about do women objectify themselves, if I may, after this.
Yes. So real quick, last comment. Melanie
They
says
have an OnlyFans, yes.
she says some men like other men to admire their women and do not care if they dress that way. Those men are weak men. If you want other men to admire your women, go do porno and go be a cuck. Because only cuck will allow men to admire the women. And to me, and that's the case, then women should not be mad if that always seems as trophy wives. She's not your trophy wife. You want to show up as your trophy wife? You want other men to gaze at her? You're putting him in a position where he not only has to slay dragons, he got to slay the 3 other heads that come with it. We don't want to do all that.
That's Cuck 101, Julius. You nailed it. Cucking 101.
Adam 22 and Lena the Plug are typing.
Yes, no man should be okay
Right
with
now.
other men admiring his wife. That's the case. To me, it's like it's almost like a like you're not strong enough to be like like that should be your woman. She shouldn't want to be admired by other men. She should only want to be admired by you.
Bro, imagine being a cuck's wife and how she pitches this like, oh yeah, I would just think it's so good for our relationship. I would just so turned on and love you so much if you just watch me as another dude fucks me.
Yeah.
What?
Adam 22.
How does that land? But so to answer the question, do women objectify themselves?
If they have
In the
OnlyFans,
words
yes.
of Tupac, does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, they objectify themselves. The question I think really is, are women actually, in fact, objectifying themselves more than men are objectifying those women?
Yes, I agree. Yes.
Well, I'm not
And here's
sure that's the question to be asked here. And I would
well,
say that
I'm going to say
just like
yes.
for men who get taken advantage of by women who are, whether they're gold diggers or whatever they are, they use them for something. I believe that the ultimate accountability, despite how big a bitch she might have been, falls on the man for allowing it to be done to him. So women who are objectifying themselves, which in turn allows men to objectify them naturally by extension, are actually to blame. They're responsible for that situation, because had they not put themselves in a position to be objectified, they wouldn't be being objectified. Not on that level.
Yeah.
If they have OnlyFans, then yes.
No, I would agree. I mean, yes, OnlyFans part of the reason, but I would agree with this. Yes, I do think that, and I'm not just putting it on women so I can be edgy and cool. I'm saying that I do think that women do objectify themselves more than men, because they're the ones who have makeup products. They're the ones who have this liberation of wanting to just do them, be free and do them. And then you got to look at the culture. Look at the music culture. Look at the way like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, even the Taylor Swifts. All these type of women are influencing millions of other women to objectify themselves and say, well, oh, my body, my choice. The whole my body, my choice movement, right? Women want to be free to wherever they want without being objectified. But you got to understand, men are naturally attracted to women. So when you wear things that turn men's heads,
Unless
you
they're
can't
gay.
be mad. This is the reason why I think there's a clear difference between a clear distinction between modest attraction versus hoe attraction. If you're modest, you cover up, you do your hair, like you're doing things to groom yourself, hygienically. Whereas with the hoe attraction, you just wear what you want. Your tits are hanging out, your butt's hanging out, you got massive amount of makeup, big long nails, you gotta like act a certain way, be loud, draw this attention towards you. That's an attention seeker. So the only way I would say that I don't think men objectify themselves more than women. I think women do it more. And again, Megan mentioned OnlyFans, there's pornography. Now,
Men don't have the luxury of objectifying themselves to the level that women can.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there are men who are in pornography. Now, you can go ahead and go down the extreme route and say gay sex, blah, 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 this and that, right? Whatever. But that's like a small minority. Now, we're talking about with just heterosexual, right? With pornography. There wouldn't be pornography if there wouldn't be women. Otherwise, you would have the gay sex. So look at that, and you also look at OnlyFans. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be OnlyFans if men didn't get involved. So my point is that I think women do objectify themselves more, especially with the industry like a OnlyFans, which is why you got women who regret things like a OnlyFans, or they regret pornography because they know that giving their bodies out there like that and then trying to find a man to settle down with, they're not going to get the top guy. They're going to have to lower their standards and then just accept what they can get versus the guy that they want.
Yeah, man, I like that. So they'll when you objectify yourself, what you're doing is commoditizing your invaluable body. And the basic law of supply and demand says that the more that something is in a market, the more of something that's in a marketplace, the less it's inherently worth, the less value it commands for it. Because the more of something, the more prevalent it is, the less valuable it is. That's why gold's very valuable, because it's very rare. Now, that in mind, the more you're putting your body out there in public or to other men, having sex with multiple men and whatnot, each time you're doing that, you're taking your invaluable body, your product, your invaluable, can't put a price on it. It's invaluable to men when it's pristine and unused and untarnished. Well, each time you fucking expose it in public or you have sex, you're putting a value on it. You're now monetizing it because, again, it's in the marketplace, so it's less valuable. Yeah. It goes from invaluable to less valuable the more you put it out there. Conversely, though, the good news is, women don't like to hear that part, but if you don't put it out there, the more you don't put it out there, the more invaluable it is.
Yeah.
This is the basic law of supply and demand. Now, men don't have the luxury of objectifying themselves, really. The only way you could argue a man can objectify himself is to get physically fit. But in that case, that's good, that's healthy, that's not a bad objectification. He's not turning himself just into an object.
Are we going to judge my Instagram now?
Women artificially enhance themselves when they objectify it with makeup or you name it. But it's always artificial. The waist trainers and whatnot. A man can't objectify himself artificially. If he was going to objectify himself at all, it'd have to be through getting healthy, which again, you should be happy about if that's your mate.
Yeah.
Are we gonna judge my wardrobe?
Yeah, let's see your Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, listen. We'll spend 5 minutes on this. Then we got to move on to the next subject. We're missing like 2 out of the 4 subjects. So we're gonna look
I saw
at
the
your
next
Instagram.
one was the pregnant woman one.
Yeah, we're gonna go on to that one, but we'll look at your Instagram first. Now,
Pregos?
I got a point to make
Last
about
time
that too.
we'll for this last time we'll judge. Well, not the first. We'll actually judge the top ones, like my
Judge what?
like my
Judge
pinned
what?
ones.
Tell the audience, what are we judging?
My wardrobe.
No.
based
He's
on
going
my
to pull it up on the screen, but just bring us in. What are we judging? Pictures of who? You? Him?
myself, my outfits.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Is Big Brother going to have to get pissed off that my little sister's dressing like a slut or what?
For preface, my father, like, he has me on Instagram. Like, he approves all of my photos and stuff, and well, not like approve, but like he doesn't see any issues with any of the ones I have on.
But even if he did, does he feel comfortable enough that you would like receive it well, or does he feel like he's just gotta cater to you? Well, I can't say anything because these women nowadays are so crazy. Anyways, they're not gonna take my advice, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, even though I hate it.
Well, to my dad, there's 2 things like he considers, like just like the extent of the photo, and then like my age. Like, there's some things like if I was like 15 years old and I was posting something, he'd be like,
So do you think he's
"Girl, be
comfortable telling you
careful."
if he didn't like one, would he bring it up to you? Has he ever?
Yeah. But there's some where it's like, if I was like 14 years old, he wouldn't exactly be okay. Okay, some of these were vacation pics.
Let's
and
pull
I
them
was
up,
clearly
Julius. One at a time. She said the first 5, I think.
at the like, or not like the first 5. I'm like trying to pick ones that are like actually, because some of them are like.
But hold up, no, hold on. There's a reason. We're gonna start with. I'm gonna say something quick. Let me say something quick. Just hear me out, all right?
Okay,
Yeah.
this one,
But
my
before you-
dad was
hold on,
fine
hold on,
with it.
Hold on. Let's leave your father out real quick. This is the Age of Men podcast. And let me go ahead and make this point. The reason why I'm pulling up these bikini pictures, because I want to tell you something. Even though you're pure, if you know what I mean, men will look at this, right? They may look at this and go, wow, she's in a bikini. Wow.
She has no boobs.
This gives me thoughts in my head to be curious of what's underneath, right? Especially when they see a picture like not this one, but this one. When they see stuff like this.
Damn, so Megan, the hypothetical continues. If let's say we're hypothetically dating and it's a deal breaker for me for you to have these pictures up or perhaps even the Instagram at all, what happens? What do you do?
If he breaks up with me, I wouldn't take it like personally and stuff. I mean,
We don't have to break up, woman, if you just compromise on these pictures and get rid of them.
Yeah, pictures like
but they're more important to you than our potential relationship? Me?
I mean, if that little thing to me, in my opinion, is like a deal breaker. I mean, to other people, to other guys, it's not.
You don't care to know why it's a deal breaker to me? You're just gonna, you know what? Fuck them. See you later, then, if asshole.
Fine. Why is it a deal breaker to you?
Because that's supposed to be mine when we get married. You've been saving yourself to give that to me. Why are you spoiling it by sharing it with other strangers on the internet? Everybody that comes along that wants to whack off.
Yeah. No,
that's what's happening. Right. I bet dudes whacked off to those pictures before, man. Do you not realize? But they've literally been whacked off to by weird random. That's almost a guarantee.
Especially your profile in public. But also, too, Megan, is that you got to.
Does that feel weird?
Yeah. When women ask the question, when they say things like, you know, why is that so, you know, bad or whatever the case, it's like, well, listen, women always tell men all the time, we want you to protect, provide, and lead. That's what they say about men all the time. They reduce us down to protect, provide, and lead. Just the same way that women say men always reduce us down to just sex. Well, you reduce us down to just finances.
Yeah, they neuter us from being able to protect, provide, and lead successfully.
Any guy who gets neutered is a beta.
You guys neuter us all the time by not letting us lead and protect properly.
Exactly. So when you say things like, well, why does it matter? It matters because, again, you want a man to protect. The biggest word, protect. How can we protect you if you are objectifying your body to other men? and then you want them to be okay with that. That's just like saying that a man, want other men to admire. We don't want other men to admire our women. We don't want that. We want the women. We want to be admirable. We want to admire our women and vice versa, not other men to.
We'll
do
end the
it.
life of another man admiring our woman. Like that's not. No, yeah, that's.
Don't go to jail. Don't go to. Don't
You're
go to jail
supposed
for
to be
anybody.
mine. I thought you were mine. I thought that body was being saved for me. Now that you just go give it to every fucking loser that comes across it on the internet, it feels much less special to me. In fact, to the point that, all right, you're going to be a fun only girl. You're never going to be a wife candidate to me. If you can't even consider why like that's serious to me and like meet me in a compromise or something, then good riddance, I guess. But it's a shame that you ladies like hold on to that and are going to sacrifice relationships when I literally don't see the reasoning other than you like getting the attention, the cheap attention of horny men.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
Matter of
wrong. Like
fact-
what other benefit is there?
I mean, I was at the beach.
But see, but that's the point we're trying to make.
I understand. No, actually, I understand, Megan, what you're saying there. It's just the beach and blah, 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 blah. Okay, maybe that's so to you and the other ladies. What I'm trying to express to you as your man desperately is that men look at it differently. They look at it more than that. They look at it sexually.
I
And
guess
so
like
is
for
it
my-
worth it to you to just be at the beach? It's just whatever. To objectify and sexualize yourself to strange men forevermore on the internet. Because forever once it's on the internet.
I guess like from my POV, like when I posted that, like I wasn't really like, thinking about like that. And I guess from like my own personal experience, I mean, I've never really came across a guy like who has had an issue. Like
No, they do. They just don't want to say anything nowadays because they get such heat. Look at Julius and I. We're pretty comparable guys. And even us bringing it up, it's touchy.
like I even asked if like there's anything and stuff. And like I even like pressed saying like anything.
But Megan, he can't say. I'm telling you, these young men are very timid. They're walking on eggshells amongst you ladies. And
I actually did want to tell something to Julius like outside of like the pod, just like a life update and stuff. But I'm not gonna say.
let me tell you. So you asked us to rate your pictures. For a young man like
What about the
around your age,
trans
it's
UFC
appropriate.
one?
They look great. I want to bang that girl, and I'm gonna make her a sexual object in my mind, and I'll fuck her. But I'm not looking at her like a wife. That's the last thing that comes to your mind when you see skin, nudity, near nudity. Their mind starts putting things together, but it's not like the wedding vows.
Yeah, I mean,
What about
the
what
fact?
about when guys post shirtless photos at like the gym?
It's totally
Hold on,
different, but you can't. Two wrongs wouldn't make
Yeah.
a right.
But again, every time, see, but that's the problem. Every time, and I'm gonna quote Andrew Wilson on this. Every
I
single
thought it was Andrew Tate.
No. Shout out to Andrew Wilson too. He's from the Crucible.
Okay,
so go
Wilson,
check him
not
out.
Tate.
Very
And
good
Andrew
guy.
Tate.
Yeah, but to quote Andrew Wilson, when
He
we
is
talk
not a man of
about female accountability, women always say, "What about the men though?" Every single time. We're not condoning men doing this. We're simply saying, if you were my girlfriend and I had
Let's shame the
boundaries, if you were my girlfriend and I had boundaries and I said, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you having no bikini pictures up because other men will objectify you. It's no longer exclusive anymore. It's inclusive. And so if you say, well, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Just question it tells me you do not respect me. And if I carry on with the relationship, you're going to look the other way at some other guy because I don't have a backbone enough to be like, no, this is over. I don't want to be with you and walk away. You have more respect for the guy who says, you know what? You don't respect me. I'm out of here. You have more respect for him than the guy who's like, all right, I guess it's just a beach picture. So, I guess. Okay.
Just to
You know
answer
what?
your
I'm sorry
question,
for reacting.
just to answer your question fully, Megan, if my woman came to me with serious concerns about a picture or an outfit or anything of the sort that I could easily change for her with no problem, I would happily do that without a second statement.
Isn't it different from last?
That's the difference between men and women, I think. You women won't compromise or meet in the middle at all, whereas men are compromising and meeting too far on your side, and then it's dooming us all because you guys don't find that attractive.
Yeah.
I also wasn't really doing it to like be sexual and stuff. One of like the personal reasons also because Julius. Fine, should I tell you outside of the pod too?
You can tell us on here if you're comfortable. Anything you want to say.
I was also
no, hold on.
Oh, Julius, go ahead. Yeah.
I got
Yeah, hold on a second. Megan, you gotta hear us out. See, this is the reason why I would argue in situations women really don't understand men. They think they do, but they don't. And women are not that hard to figure out. They're really not that hard to figure out. But for some reason, I think it's so. For the longest time, just real quick, for the longest time, it's always been men don't understand women. No, we actually do. It's you guys don't understand us. To you guys, it's just a beach picture. I wasn't trying to be sexual. Yeah, we know what you weren't trying to do, but the perception on social media for other minds who may be not of God and very secular, or even some Christians who might have dirty thoughts, they look at that and go, ooh la la. It's like turn the page in the magazine. Ooh la la. Ooh la
It's not
la.
good.
So the fact that you say, I wasn't doing things. Of course you weren't, but men are not going to see it the way you see it because you put it out there like, look at my body. Look at my
And this is the same thing with the friend zone guy. Like,
showing.
this is the same thing with the friend zone guy. You guys don't perceive him this way, and you can't imagine he's looking at you the way that we're trying to tell you he's looking at you, but he wants to fuck. All right, ladies?
I don't think I'm that pretty.
It doesn't matter, Megan. And by the way, you are a pretty girl.
It doesn't matter
It
if you think
doesn't
you're not
matter.
pretty or not.
Dude, the grossest, ugliest girls, they still want to fuck. A lot of men. Megan, you got to listen. You guys, it's so impossibly
I'm a rare
mind-numbingly
breed.
frustrating trying to communicate with you young modern women. Like, you just can't ever listen and accept something like, okay, maybe I should think about that. It's like there's got to be a challenge, or just listen to us. We're not that hard. We speak pretty well. That's me, Julius. I'm mute.
Okay, so Nick is right. Okay, we gotta move on because this topic is getting way too dragged out. Megan's not understanding. She's not listening. And matter of fact, you said you were a rare breed. If you were a rare breed, you wouldn't be posting bikini pictures online. That's all I'm saying. Rare breed,
but like let's wrap this up by saying repeal the 19th.
Repeal the 19th, folks. Okay. So
Megan's pretty cool, though. I gotta say, she's a pretty cool one. If
but
there was a
personally,
cool
though,
girl.
I was more so just proud of my weight loss because over the span of 2 years without even trying,
now we're getting somewhere. See, you wanted to show off your weight loss. Okay.
So I've lost 30 pounds.
So Megan, if I was your boyfriend and you said that to me, finally you kind of revealed like something that could help me understand why you're doing this.
And for the
going to
longest
compromise our relationship with it. We can work with that. I would suggest a more appropriate outfit for showing it off. And there are ways that you can show it off. I'm sure you're proud of it. You have the right to be. You should be. But there's ways you could go about doing that isn't sexualizing yourself to the extent that men are literally going to be masturbating to that shit. They already have. I guarantee you.
I grew up.
Let that sink in. People are masturbating to that. Perhaps today, right now, tomorrow.
If you are, then Venmo me. That's kidding. No.
Megan, they don't listen. They're not listening to you. They don't hear you. They're just masturbating to your pictures.
Do you think culture has any like influence over it?
Sure. And guess what culture does? It adapts to try to sell to women because women are the consumers. They buy like 75 to 80% of all products. Women buy. So culture sells to them. Everything's catered towards selling to women.
My culture is like I grew up in Miami where it was like it's pretty normal to see people like in
Megan, sweetheart, for the love of God. I understand, and you could rationalize it however you want to, and ultimately that's fine. We're going to let it go after this, but just know that you might be losing out on being considered a serious candidate for a high-quality man that you want by putting that out, something as seemingly insignificant as that. Especially if you wouldn't budge after I brought it up to you. Like, if you're unwilling to see or, like, budge, you lost me. I might keep fucking you. Or, like, whatever, I'm getting, like, physically intimate from you. But that's about it. And it's never going to go any further. That's something I already established from something like that. If you can't budge or, like, see
obviously we're gonna move on to, like, this topic. I actually do want to see this topic. But, Julius, I do need to text you after the pod.
Okay. Speaking of not budging, here's even more delusion from women. Okay, this is more delulu from women out there. From this woman right here.
Oh my God!
She says, "I was dating while 7." Now, mind you, I read this whole article a couple of days ago, and it's baffling once we dive into it. She said, "I was 7 months pregnant. Women shouldn't be ashamed." And there's a video that goes along with this, but we'll check it out in just a second. Let me read what this article says. So she says, her love life is pregnant with possibilities. Megan is her name of all things.
Why
Literally.
always Megan? I hate my name. From now on, my
Megan-
name is now Gladys.
Yeah, too late. Megan Dowling, a 24-year-old mom from Atlanta, Georgia, has found love again, quote unquote, love again after being left by the baby's father when she was 19 weeks pregnant. Dowling, a hairstylist, has been dating someone new for 2 months. For 2 months. And she says she's ready to be her baby's. I'm sorry. He said he's ready to be her baby's stepdad. Mind you, listen to this. They've been dating for 2 months, and he's ready to be her baby stepdad. Simp, simp,
Beta.
simp, simp.
So,
She gave birth to her daughter Meadow on September
Meadow.
27th, and met her boyfriend
Be back.
43 years old when she was 7 months pregnant. So this guy was 43 years. What is Red Mike? Is this Red Pill Mike?
back from the
43 years
dead.
old?
Back from the dead and
This is
marrying a
Red Pill
pregnant
Mike.
woman.
We found Red Pill Mike. 43 years old.
I
He's
heard
like,
he came
"Don't
back from the dead. I just didn't know that he was marrying a pregnant girl. He said he's always been against the pregnant or the women with kids, right? He says use them and abuse them.
I know, yeah, you're right. He always says pump and dump. And I guess
Amazing. Death does some crazy transformations for people sometimes.
we found Red Pill Mike, 43. No, I'm just kidding.
R.I.P. R.I.P. I heard he died. Oh, wait, that was just a joke. He didn't
Red
die.
Pill Mike.
That's too bad. That's too bad he didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy was 43 years old. She's 24 years old. She was 7 months pregnant when they met. They were dating for 2 months, and then he said he's ready to be stepdad, which I think that's way too fast. Barely even knows her. She says, "I know dating while pregnant is unconventional, but this is what she says: you deserve love just as much as the next person." She said, "Your baby deserves a mama who is full of happiness and joy. Of course, be safe and make sure you're still guarding your heart and protecting your peace. But just because you're pregnant does not mean you're undeserving." Think about that.
What does the mother look like?
Yeah, Ruel wants to know what they look like. I hate every bit of this.
Okay, she's pretty. Okay.
She's pretty pregnant.
So sad.
Zoom in on the
I
face.
I can't
see
really
the
like
face.
zoom in. Hold on, I'm
God
trying to
forbid
zoom
I
in
want
real quick.
to. I want to consummate the marriage on the honeymoon. I'm gonna worry about poking out the kid's eye. It's not my
Yeah.
kid.
I can't really zoom in as much, but that if you guys can see it on the screen, that's what she looks like.
Okay, well, obviously
can't
she's
really-
pregnant. For me, it's not so much the fact that she's pregnant; it's the fact that 19 weeks pregnant. I'm trying to do some math here.
Megan, you're looking for a way to somehow.
No,
I
not at
know,
all.
excuse her behavior. Listen, she's
No, not at all.
okay. Hold on.
I'm trying to do the math.
Before we dive into it, hold on. Before we dive into it, I gotta read you guys a little bit more because there's so much more to this article. It's just insane, right? Okay, so she says she met her former significant other in 2022 after her friend invited her to a birthday party dinner, and they paired it off. Blah blah blah. Dowling became pregnant, mind you, 9 months. Mind you, she met the baby's father and was only dating him for 9 months, and she became pregnant. So she became pregnant 9 months into the relationship, and he left her after she got pregnant because he wasn't ready for kids. But yet he was ready to pump and dump, but not stay and become gray. I don't know if we made that a rhyme or not, but nonetheless, he was willing to
And
stay.
she very, very immaturely and selfishly decided, I'm going to have these kids into this circumstance regardless. So I need to find me a pathetic beta buck to hook into this, and I shouldn't wait till after the kids come out. I bet I can find a pathetic enough one that would do it right now with this fat belly and everything.
Yeah. So get this, mind you, it gets better. She said, "I was extremely broken at first, but thankfully I had such a great support system who lifted me up, and I was able to move past it quickly. I've always been one to not stress over things I can't control. I still reach out to my ex and update him on the pregnancy." She continued. She said,
He's like, bitch, lose my number already.
Yeah. She said look, I would argue this, Nick, and this maybe you might differ, or probably not, but I would argue he shouldn't have left. He was willing to pump and dump. He should have stayed and took care of the child. That's my opinion. So
I agree with you on that. And he certainly
reason
you shouldn't be having sex with anybody you're not ready to raise a baby with in case it happens.
Exactly. Agreed.
I
She
agree.
said she said the hardest part about her breakup was has been bringing her baby into a broken home. Well, first and foremost, she's also accountable too because she let the guy in. So like she let him in and she let him in. If you know what I mean.
Yes, and I bet
Manipulative.
if she was better, that guy wouldn't have left. That first guy, the baby daddy, she could have
Right.
been kept around if her behavior wasn't so insufferable. I bet.
Possibly. Because there's no mention of abuse or anything like that. So she says, and then something unexpected happened. She started getting lots of attention from men while her baby bump was growing. Now, I'm going to point this out, okay? I would argue the reason why men have this kind of fetish of pregnant women because of pornography. I'm just going to keep it real. Pornography has made men get lots of. Again, we mentioned this before in the podcast before, where I think pornography has so many categories that it makes men objectify women in a certain way. To bring it back full circle, they objectify women in various different ways. Whether she's pregnant, the fact that she has a man, but they're still willing to smash on him, even though she has a man. He's a cuck.
Stepmom things, or like
Adam
cousins.
22 type thing.
Exactly. There's basically all these kind of sexual fetishes and fantasies and things like that. It's the reason why men kind of like pregnant women because they think it's a good thing. Because to them, it's like, well, I can bang her and ejaculate inside of her, nothing will happen. Like it's
Somebody already has apparently. Yeah, and I can fuck her and not worry about getting her pregnant.
Exactly. So she said, I started receiving compliments from guys on Instagram. Mind you, I started receiving so many compliments from guys on Instagram and was shocked. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder what kind of picture she was taking on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? See, it comes back full circle. You understand that, Megan? You put certain pictures and you get attention. So
Listen up, young ladies.
she said she thought about the possibility of dating again, and an old TV show inspired her. Because women love reality shows; they always believe it, like Kardashians. An old TV show inspired her to get back to the dating pool. She said, "Then I came across an old TV series, Pregnant and Dating. I tried to find more on TikTok and blogs about other women, but there is not much out there." She said, "Since then, I discovered that a lot of pregnant women do date. They're just embarrassed to talk about it." Gee, I wonder why. Because
because it's embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah, and also too because men shouldn't be doing that. Men should not be simping for pregnant women.
It's arguably more embarrassing of the man to be doing it, frankly. Even
it is. So the article goes on and says she's sharing her story so other pregnant women without a spouse can get confidence they need to find love. This is terrible advice. Women should not be pregnant. Women who are broken up with the baby's father should not be trying to find new love while you're pregnant. That's terrible. And for men who are out there trying to date these pregnant chicks, bro, that's not your child. You're not obligated to. That to me tells me that you do not have the confidence to actually start a foundation. So you have to find the easy way out by going to a chick who's already pregnant because you don't have the confidence to actually get women. So you'll simp to a woman versus trying to have a woman like you.
But bro, worse yet, that's incentivizing pregnant women to not work with their fucking baby daddy or whatever, into becoming something legitimate for the long term for the kid. It's incentivizing the opposite. You can break off and move on and go get another guy while you're pregnant.
Yeah. So lastly, she says, I know I could have used someone else's story to help me in the beginning, so I hope I do the same. My dating profile look just like any other. I have photos of myself, updated, of course, but just selfie, blah, blah, blah. Whoops, hold on. My mouse got frozen there for a second. Hold on a second. I got to get it back. There we go. She says, since she was very pregnant during her dating search, she listed she had children on her profile. Mind you, I think she's pregnant and she even has other kids. That's the crazy thing about it.
I'm sure she does.
She met her new boyfriend on the dating app, and she said, I never imagined I would actually be able to find such a genuine person, a beta male, in my situation.
Yeah.
He's helped me so much and has made me feel loved. My mom just loves him as much as me. No, your mom loves the fact that he's a simp over you.
Bro, she even said it. There's the key phrase. He's helped me so much financially and in every other way that I got him wrapped around my fingers.
Facts. She said, and also too, he has kids of his own. She says she and her new significant other, who also has kids of his own, are taking things day by day. He's constantly reassuring me that everything's going to be okay with money, which is nice to hear when sometimes it feels like it's not, because she knows the fact that she had sex with a guy that she wasn't married to, and that guy should never have sex with her when he wasn't married to her, and then she got pregnant because he couldn't help himself and took off because he's not ready to be a father, but yeah, he's ready to be a homemaker, which is crazy. And then she was ready to be a hoe. So she says her significant other has some nerve, but is dedicated to showing her the love she quote unquote deserves and is a perfect gentleman. That is effing crazy. Now get this. She says he never lets me open the door. He cooks multiple nights a week, checks on me when he can see I'm uncomfortable, and is currently bringing me breakfast to the hospital since it's running late. He's the kindest soul, and I totally lucked finding him. He's helped me with so much around my house and nursery. He's always keeping me active and happy. She said the fact that her significant other already has a family has given him a helpful experience to her during her pregnancy. Most importantly, he has kids of his own, so he understands how difficult pregnancy can be. He just wishes I could have a better beginning, but the ending has been perfect. Bro, if this does not read like a fairy tale Disney story, this is the delusion that women have for themselves. They have this delusion that they can, break up with a guy, go find a guy who's nice and this and that. When in reality, he's just helping her financially. He's been a beta male. Yeah, he has kids of his own. I think it's selfish to do that to his kids, to bring another woman in. And then now those kids got to go through mom and dad with co-parenting, just like that woman's kids got to go through mom and dad with co-parenting. Now you have a father out there who's got a woman who, matter of fact, she said she had kids. So who's to say that the guy who got her pregnant isn't even the dad for the other kids? This would be another dude that got her pregnant. So now her kids got multiple dads. So this third guy comes along, and then what happens when he has kids with her? Now her kids got 3 fathers. That's wrong.
And she's sitting pretty, living the life that made her happy and reaping the benefits from all of them, and the kids are left to suffer.
Yeah. That's a shame, bro. And mind you, so the question is, should men date pregnant women? As Nick says, oh no.
Oh no, Prego. Yeah. Oh no, Prego.
I'm still trying to do the math here, like completely ignore the fact that she's pregnant. I'm trying to do like math. One was like, I'm trying to do the math of like, whenever she conceived, like, did the deed, like the timeline between like when she conceived to like when she met the dude.
Why are you doing this math, Megan? What relevance is it?
Like how long was it? Like for when she
19 weeks. That's about a little under 5 months, I believe.
Yeah,
that's
she got
too soon to like.
Yeah, she got.
Wait, when would not be too soon? What are you saying?
Like, was she in a relationship with the dude who got her pregnant?
The baby daddy broke up with
that quickly. I feel like 5 months is like really, really
she
quick.
She got with a guy, right? She got with a guy. He got her pregnant in their 9th month of dating. They were only dating for 9 months, and then she got pregnant. Then he left after she got a certain amount of months. Then when he left, she was looking for love within that time. Hence, more weeks went by. By the 7th month, she was on Hinge looking for a date. And then this beta male came along and said, I'll take care of you.
Now, Megan, you said 5 months is too soon. What's acceptable? What's not too soon?
I'm just thinking about like she was in a 9-month relationship, and then like, I mean, I wasn't in a relationship that long, and I remember like being so heartbroken.
Can you give me a specific? What's not too soon? I'm trying to see where your line is here.
Soon would be like probably like 9 months or
so
more.
While she's still pregnant, or after the pregnancy, after the birth?
Okay, from like starting from like after she gives birth, like maybe.
No. I'm asking, is it acceptable not too soon for her to get in a relationship at any point while she's pregnant, or could that be considered too soon if she's pregnant?
I would say wait till after like the baby's born.
Right? Thank God, Megan. Just when I thought we lost you, you totally redeemed yourself at the end of the show. Thank God.
I'm just not thinking about it, because I guess I'm like thinking about those situations where it's like, a couple breaks up, and then like 3 months later, one of them is like in a new relationship. Like, and I'm thinking about like the duration.
When you're pregnant, you shouldn't. The priorities are all messed up there. Like, there's a baby daddy who has yet to even. Neither of you have even seen this child come into the world yet, and you're such fuck-ups that you managed to get pregnant and not even try to work it out before the baby's born, to the point that you now have brought in another man rather than realizing, okay, maybe I'm bad with relationships and I should not do this right now. You're gonna bring in another man, a pathetic beta simp loser who you're gonna wreck and exploit and use up to the ends until he's worthless, and then cast him along as you get the next baby daddy. But that's the wrong approach. Like, you should be trying to make right with the baby daddy and raise the kid together in a healthy nuclear family type structure of some sort. Otherwise, it's just not. That's not the right goal.
People need to
Yeah.
repent.
Well, I
People
mean,
need
yeah.
this.
Well,
This is terrible,
yeah,
man.
but this is why I advocate so much for people to wait until marriage, because you have
Yes.
situations like this
Repent.
woman who gets pregnant, and mind you, it takes two to tangle, but women do have that control access to sex. I know women don't like to hear that because it's such a red pill talking point, but it's true. That woman got with this guy, and in 9 months, I'm sure they was having sex prior to that, and then he was probably ejaculating into her, and then whatever the case
She
may be.
probably faked taking a birth control or something, and his piece of ass now got herself purposely pregnant. And he's like, "Oh no way, bitch! I'm not having no kids. I told you that
Yeah.
already. How'd you
Which
get
is
pregnant?"
terrible. Yeah, which is terrible. Which is terrible. Latin A said, "Does the channel have a Cash App?" Yes, we do have Cash App. It's down, but the link is down below. If you click down below, you'll see the Cash App
Yeah,
there.
Julius,
Uh,
I'll share them both in the
oh,
chat.
matter of fact, speaking of Cash App, not that I'm asking for this, but I got a special announcement.
Hit us, bro. What is it?
So guess what happens in 7 days? In 1 week from today, guess what happens?
But
What?
It's your boy's birthday next
Really?
Sunday. So next Sunday will be a special episode of the Age of Men podcast. See, I'm gonna go enjoy myself, but I'm gonna still work because the grind
Hey,
doesn't stop.
Julius, we the first Age of Men show ever was on my birthday, so I love it.
Facts, and that was a fantastic show. So
Yeah.
yeah, first show was on Nick's birthday, and now, what about 9.5 months later on? Now we're doing my birthday. So we're gonna be working. So if Nick worked on his birthday on the first day, I'm gonna do the same thing and work on my birthday next Sunday. Your boy.
Can't
Gonna,
wait. We're gonna make that a fun special episode, folks. That's for sure. And hey,
yeah,
what do I want? What kind of gift do I want for my birthday? I want to gift myself working my fucking ass off to save the world.
exactly. That's
If
why
I
I was
save the
like,
world someday, it'll be worth it. That's the gift.
yeah. That's why I was like, you know what? Because usually I do like going out at night, which I will still go out after the show. But I'm going to go out and enjoy my day, and I'm going to come home and do the show. It's going to be a fantastic show. I'm hoping we can get a lot of guests on, and that would be really, really cool. If not, Nick and I will knock it out the park as usual, but it's going to be so dope. So I'm turning 37 years old, still young, still kicking, all good. So
I'm hoping I can get Julius one of those. Well, it'll be an AI simulated lady coming out of a cake singing "Happy Birthday."
Mr. President.
Hey, what's your cash app, Julius Q? I got it. Never mind. So,
Yeah, it
what?
should be down below.
I got it. Yeah, it's in there, and then mine's falling right behind it. You know, we should probably get a shared one sooner than later here. But nevertheless, what were we talking about? Oh, pregos.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh
real
no,
quick,
prego.
yeah. So here's my final thoughts on this right here. Okay, for all the men who are listening, listen. I'm a single dad. All right, people. I've talked about this many times before. This is nothing new. I'm a single dad, and I was out there. I was dating and things like that. I had a girlfriend. Blah blah blah. I realized after waking up to the truth and kind of understanding the nature of one, female nature, two, being a man and doing things the right way, the way God intended, right? I made my mistakes, but I said, you know what? I got a daughter. I don't want her to be seeing me dating all these chicks and thinking that it's okay to just be dating people just because you can. No. We gotta do things the right way, God's way. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait until marriage because I want to actually vet the woman. I want to make sure the woman that I'm gonna be with is gonna be the mother of my children. It's gonna nurture my children and raise my children. Men don't think about this kind of stuff. Men just get with chicks, sleep with them, and oh my God, I got her pregnant. Well, I guess I gotta take care of this kid, right? And then over time they grow, but at the same time, it's like there's still that skepticism. Like, was she the right one? This is the reason why you gotta start vetting chicks. You gotta ask yourself if you really want to have a foundation like that, leave a legacy. You gotta tell yourself, is this the woman that can raise my children? And if she's not that woman, don't sleep with her. Don't do anything like that. You gotta start vetting these chicks. You gotta start treating chicks like immigration. You gotta vet them properly before they can become citizens of your life.
You get to build a wall.
you got
Build.
you got to build a big, beautiful wall.
Yeah, the Trump impressions are yours. I do the Biden impressions.
So a big, beautiful wall. No, but real talk though, you gotta vet these chicks. You gotta start knowing if her values line up to yours. And listen, I don't give advice, but I'm just suggesting for women also. Women who are out there, whether you're a virgin, whether you had sex, hold off until marriage because men will objectify you if you especially post certain pictures on Instagram. They will see that and probably be at the house with some lotion and some tissue, thinking about you day and night. You don't want to give up the vibe that this is what you do because even and not to offend you, Megan, but even as a virgin, when you're showing things like that, you're basically saying, "I'm ready." You're like Alicia Keys, "I'm ready."
Showing
right?
what?
So
I don't have
you
any.
don't want to give up that vibe. You get what I'm saying? So
I don't have anything up here though.
Listen,
it doesn't matter, girl.
It doesn't matter. You're a woman. Listen, hold on. Stop the tape. Stop the tape. You don't need anything up top or bottom. You got what's in between. You got the V. You got the fly trap. The Venus fly trap.
How do they know? How do they know if whether or not I'm a biological thing?
Well, I've been wondering that myself. No, I'm just kidding.
That they will never know.
I've been wondering that for a while, Megan. Are you trying to tell us something?
I'm like, I will put that question in their head.
Are you coming out the transgender closet right now on air?
Yeah.
So,
this is not what we expected of the Asian men. Yeah, Julius, take out. All right.
It's like,
the
I'm
age
for
of
real.
men, not the age of transitioning.
We're having a transgender reveal party.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so I do have to hop off because I have to like submit an assignment for my U.S. intelligence class. But it's like if you post that, there's no mystery. I'm like, am I a biological female or not? I just put a mystery in your head. You'll never know until you know.
Megan, you sweet, naive young girl.
I just Uda reversed. I'm like,
you can keep being like cute and smart with the rebuttals, and one day you're gonna realize what we were trying to tell you, girl. And it might be too late by then to reverse the damage that may occur from the advice we're trying to give you to prevent anything.
Again, the whole thing I was saying about because I do have to like hop off to have to submit some assignments. I have to like video record myself and stuff. But Julius, I do need to like message you about a life update.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I got you. But listen, here are my final thoughts, and I'm going to end this show. But first of all, I want to say this. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who has been watching The Age of Men up until this point.
This has been a fun show.
The Age of Men was actually Nick's idea. The title was Nick's idea. So he came up with this. We said, let's do this. And we appreciate you guys for watching us, for following us this long. We appreciate that. We want this podcast to take off. And mind you, not to be in competition with Fresh and Fit or whatever podcast or wherever else out there. We're not in competition. We're trying to just show you. We're trying to show you guys that we are a podcast that has honest conversations with nuances as well. So we appreciate you. We just want to say, you guys are the real heroes. So we appreciate you guys. Do hit that like button. Do hit subscribe. Do share this out. If you want to clip it and post it on your page, do so. Just make sure you tag us and we will share it in our stories and all that. We'll shout you out. We'll get followers to you guys. Help us out and we'll help you out. We're all in this together, right? Remember back in COVID? We're all in this together. But
Hey, Julius, that said, just a quick shout out to a guy that made us a recent clip that we're hoping to have a good business adventure, many more great products coming forward. His name's Tyrone, and I don't know how much or little he would appreciate me doing this right now, but I told him we'd be, shouting out his brand. So it is lean and dapper fit, and I'm going to put it in the chat because there's some underscores and periods that you won't remember, but this dude, if he likes our most recent clip, he's responsible for it.
Yeah, I'm going to play the clip that he actually shared. I'm going to do from Instagram. Wait, did you post it on TikTok?
Yes, sir. No, I might have been in our story on TikTok because I'm shadow banned on TikTok. We won't get any views.
Okay.
YouTube, Julius. YouTube, brother. YouTube, I got it on our page.
Okay. YouTube might do the same thing because they tend to buffer a lot too for some strange reason. But we'll try. You can TikTok and Twitter always seems to work every time. I don't know why, but YouTube and Instagram always seem to buffer, and I don't know why.
Yeah, TikTok's a nice. Yes, those Chinese are very nice with the app.
Yeah. But yeah, but we really do appreciate
Americans
you guys.
freeze when they watch videos.
Okay, so here is this video. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick.
And are we
So
ending the
show
show on this one? Or should we say bye to Megan first? Is this what we're leading out with? Or I'm so proud of this thing, man.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this video and then we're going to say bye to Megan and then we'll go from there. So
we'll say a couple Hail Marys for Megan.
Yeah. Okay. So here's that clip. Say his name again, real quick, Nick. Say his name again.
His name is Tyrone, and I just shared in the chat. His handle on Instagram is lean_and_dapper.fit.
Okay.
He's the man. If you guys need to find him after this and you don't remember, just hit us up. We'll connect you. But really cool clip that we received from him graciously unsolicited to hopefully start
business. I don't think that she would be able to put up with that for so long, especially if you make a content about it. You know what I mean? Like after a while, she's gonna be like, "Look, I appreciate you helping me. I really do," but she wants to see her man fix some stuff.
But I'm gonna go fuck this dude when I'm horny. She'll put up with it, I would argue. Like on camera. But you're cleaning the house and towing the line as expected, like a maid or whatever. But when's the last time that she like animalistically had a desire to come have sex with you? When's the last time you got any ass without having to beg her for it?
See, buffers all the time.
And get the bare minimum, and you could tell that she wasn't into it. Dude, she's banging somebody else. She's not attracted to that man. I would tell you that much.
Hey, I don't think that she would be able to put up with that for so long, especially if you make a content about it. You know what I mean? Like after a while, she's gonna be like, "Look, I appreciate you helping me. I really do." But she wants to see her man fix some stuff.
But I'm gonna go fuck this dude when I'm horny. She'll put up with it, I would argue. But you're cleaning the house and towing the line as expected, like a maid or whatever. But when's the last time that she like animalistically had a desire to come have sex with you? When's the last time you got any ass without having to beg her for it and get the bare minimum, and you could tell that she wasn't into it? Dude, she's banging somebody else. She's not attracted to that man. I would tell you that much.
So yeah,
that's a nice clip. It's so nice. I can't believe that's us, bro.
I know. I like that clip. So
it's
that's
fire.
What we're trying to do. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do on this show. We're trying to get more clips like that, give you guys more stuff. Megan had to peace out. So shout out to Megan. We appreciate you for being here. Great conversation as always. We're going to have our agreements and disagreements, but nonetheless, it's always fantastic to have Megan on. We want other guests on. So if you guys know anybody that wants to be on this show, have them DM us, and we'll definitely get something going from there. Hopefully, we can get a big panel of people and just have a great conversation, because that will be amazing. So again, we appreciate you guys. Only on the Age of Men podcast do you get great conversation, great nuances. We tell the truth. We don't hold back. We'll keep it honest, and we're not gonna, we're not pulling no punches on here. Again, we are the Age of Men, so we're definitely going to show men how to be men. You guys are watching us start literally from the bottom, and you're gonna watch us climb and climb and climb and realize, wow, those guys put their mind to it, and if I do the same thing, be right there.
We're going to grow together. We like to chat back with you guys. We like to interact with you guys. We're trying to do that on a level that nobody else really does. That's always been our niche on Instagram. And you guys make the shows. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, quick, Latinate said, why didn't I get an invite? We got you. We got you. We got you. I've had a very busy week this week. So Megan actually hit me up I think yesterday. And then I was like, sure, you be on the show. No, today. Today she hit me up today, kind of last minute. And I said, sure, be on the show. So nonetheless, we will get you guys. Normally we open up the panel for a discussion, but we dragged out the conversation about women objectifying themselves. We dragged it out like a bad movie.
You know what? I was expecting that to happen though. I that's a great topic to explore.
It is. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? I love that topic because it's such a good topic. Look, I always try my best to bring the great topics. I try to surprise Nick sometimes, like, yo, got this topic, but I'll talk about it on the show. Can't wait to tell you. So
always does, man. My partner in crime's always holding it down, always surprising me. We know that's kind of what you guys like. Julius will often throw some things off of me, throw some shit at the wall, see if it sticks to the shitty person.
Matter of fact, it was Nick's idea last Sunday to have house husbands. That was a great topic. I love that topic. That was a great show last week.
I got
So
that from a young man who's been a special guest on here a couple times, and we just like to, or at least I can speak for myself. I like to have connections with everybody and ask honest questions, and especially the young people, because I feel, pardon my French, their generation is fucked if we don't do some correcting, and I feel guilty for not having like ushered them into a better situation. So now I really want to try to help them any way I can. So yeah, shout out Nolan, bro.
real quick, on one of Grace's comment where she said, "I agree with the video, but I do have to say, if my husband does the dishes once in a great while, that can make me animalistic." Which, honestly, I would say fair enough, because every now and then, see, there's something about being complimentary, right? Because we're not equal. Men and women are not equal by any means. We're not equal, but when she, I know, controversial, right? But but when a man does step in once in a while and it's like, let's say she's just like, she's so tired, the kids are sleeping, she's passed out. Because that happens. As parents, you just pass out from doing all that work. Nobody expecting to be 24/7, but you do pass out. But let's say he comes home and, like, let's say, like, things are like food's made, all that stuff, but there's some dishes in the sink. He cleans them, he puts them away, wipes the counters down, right? Just one little thing. And then she wakes up like, oh God, the kitchen. And all of a sudden she goes in the kitchen and then she sees it's all clean.
Oh my, where was the time going?
At that moment, she walks.
He's earned himself a little loving.
Yeah, she goes in that room and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" She just closed the door, and from there,
kids, don't bother us for half an hour, kids.
Yeah.
Mom and dad are working on their wrestling. now, we are wrapping up here, but that just, she said it all. There was an operative phrase, once in a great while. That's the operative phrase. So, yeah, once in a great while, when it's unexpected and it would be a big help and you never see it coming, oh yeah, you'll jump his bones. But one too many times or once too often, and you're going to be returning his pants to the store for a dress.
Yeah. And listen, I would argue, Nick, it's because I think women like spontaneousness. So whenever you're spontaneous, they're like, whoa, that hit me. He did the dishes.
Oh yeah, they need to have surprises. They need to feel like drama, unexpected turns, excitement, all this stuff. So narcissists eat them up with these kind of realizations, but decent men actually, like, that kind of thing plays into your advantage. So that's good. Like in that situation.
So yeah, Burrell said, I think I am words of praise and maybe touch. Huh, what does that mean? I think I am words of praise. Oh, worth.
Oh, he's talking about his love language. I don't know. Let's not get into that love language bullshit right now.
Sorry, bro, I wasn't catching that. But I think I see where you're going. All right, so
my love language is to not talk about love languages.
So yeah, again, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Age of Men podcast. Again, I love doing this show. I think it's a dope, fantastic show. We really want to get this off the ground, and you guys are literally watching this from our journey, and just wait to see what happens down the line. It's going to just keep getting better and better and better. So if you guys enjoyed the live stream, do hit that like button. It definitely helps out the algorithm. And leave your comments below. I know you guys comment in the chat, but also leave your comments below so that people who look at this channel can see, oh, wow, there's engagement. Huh. These people are, okay, I can agree with that, I can disagree. Leave some comments down below to keep the engagement going. It helps out the algorithm. I'm telling you, it really does.
Tell me you didn't like the show. Tell me you didn't like the show. We're not asking you for a fake like. But if you did like it, how about you push the freaking thing? And then if you have something to say about it, you enjoyed it, maybe give us some feedback so we know what we're doing right. Even if you disliked it, but you liked a little bit of it, and you can maybe like lob in the critiques, the healthy criticisms, we'll take those too. But just talk to us, man. The robots need to know that you're out there, humans. Do you like the Age of Men or not?
Yeah. So we definitely enjoy you guys' comment, and we do read comments. We like them. We try to apply it back as much as we can, but definitely leave comments, definitely leave likes. Again, if you want to support the channel so we can keep giving you guys better content, Cash apps are down below. If you want to be a guest on the show, or you know anybody that wants to be a guest on the show, some great conversations, send them our way. They can email us down below, or they can DM us on Instagram, instagram.com/ageofmenpodcast. So we appreciate you guys.
You
Grace
see
says,
Melanie ripping on me, bro, at the end of the show?
she said, I love the
busting
show.
my balls.
Would trim up the bottom of his beard. Oh,
I wish Melanie would zip her lip.
She hit you with the hold on. Let me see if I can get this. After this advertisement goes away, this is why I don't like this app. See, if you guys support us, we can use our sound effects with no ads to get involved. This is the perfect time to use this.
That'll be the first big purchase we buy. Bear with us, folks. It's loading. Pretend that this isn't happening. The time in between.
All right. She hit Nick one of these.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, well, Melanie, I wish you would keep your opinions to you and your sweet husband. No, I'm just kidding. It does look a mess, and I just went to see my grandma, who's not doing too good right now. And my mom literally grabbed my grandma's comb and tried to start combing my hair. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, listen, my beard's not always the greatest, but I do my best. So
my mom literally tried to start combing my hair, bro, at age 36. I don't know if that speaks more to me being just disheveled or what, but that's for another show.
Yeah. So, all right. We appreciate you guys again. Like the video, share the video, comment below what you guys think about tonight's topic. We do read comments. And again, you want to support the show, cash apps are down below. If you want to be a guest on the show, or somebody's going to be a guest on the show, you can email us, or you can DM us on Instagram. We do check messages and all that. So, again, we appreciate you guys. God bless you guys. Next Sunday is my birthday. It's going to be a fun show next Sunday. I'm going to try to think of the most controversial thing we could talk about. I almost want to have us go on Rumble to have a conversation, because I want to really spice up the conversation for next Sunday. So if you guys want to follow us on Rumble, we'll make a Rumble account. If you want to really spice it up, we can go on. I'm not going to be cursing, nothing like that, no weird stuff. But when we have a little more controversial takes, we can definitely be on Rumble for sure.
Look, folks, we're going to cook something up for Julius's birthday. I'm not going to let my band's birthday go uncelebrated on the Age of Men. I'll say that much.
Yeah, we'll create that Rumble, and we'll go on there and have some wild conversations. So we'll be so honest. I mean, we're honest. But Rumble, you can be a lot more blunt.
Well, on there, I can use words that start with C and FAGG. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of words on there that your boy's holding back. If you think I'm a sailor's mouth right now,
just wait till you on Rumble. Wait till we're ready to Rumble.
Just wait.
So, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys. God bless. Take care, and we will see you guys next Sunday. So take care. It'll be my birthday next Sunday. Make sure you guys are coming here. And again, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your grandma, tell your coworkers, tell your dog.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
do all the good stuff, man. We appreciate you guys. God bless. Take care. Nick, I might see you in Discord, or we'll see what's up.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Look, it's my birthday. I'm gonna get the green like it's Earth Day. No.
Julius once told me, Suni once told me when I sang that version, she's like, "Oh yes, Nick, you sing the black version of Happy Birthday." She called it the black version.
It is, because it's Stevie Wonder. That's why it's like Happy Birthday.
Yeah. That's the best. I'm not gonna sing Happy Birthday to you.
See you guys. Take it easy. Have a good one.